Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
Crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up? Excuse me, Lord. What's happening? I'm so sorry. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh, my God. The cane juice was biting. I took a sip, and it got me. Couldn't even hit the mute button fast enough. So sorry. Anyway, we in the building. We rocking and rolling today. Golly, that's a first in 5 years. Apologize, but hey, we here to make it happen. Appreciate y'all coming through on this Monday. We're a little bit late, having some technical difficulties with our internet, but we got it rocking and rolling. And we got a couple of topics to talk about. I want to hear you guys call in. Let's talk about it. 862-799-9956. We're going to do a little kind of question and answer. We can talk about any kind of topics going on today. Not really a whole menu of things going on, but I guess there are. A lot of people here in the building. Shout out to Beloved Sandworm, says he first off in here. Ant with the fire emojis. And the dude always want to pencil. Every day I got to show my love. Every day I got to show my love that I am a pencil fight champion. Come on, man. Stop playing. Get this guy out of here, man. Get this guy out of here. Anyway, we rocking and rolling, man. What's up? Right there, Mackinson in the building. Let's go. Let's get it. Look at this pencil fight champ. Oh, God. What's happening with you, Ann? I'm good, baby. Stokes in the building. Appreciate it. Jay Mose, what's happening? And the hardest working man on YouTube, January Sports, with over 35, probably have 45,000 videos by now. Y'all go check out his channel as well. Anyway, a lot to talk about. 862-799-9956. Numbers right there over my head, right underneath the word coach. But Michael Jordan is a co-owner of a team in NASCAR. I did not know this. I actually just learned this today. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about it. But he's a co-owner in a team called 23, I guess it's XI. I guess it's 11. I'm not sure. Is that 11 in Roman numerals? But anyway, he's a co-owner with, I'm trying to see, hold on, who is he co-owner with? He's co-owner with Denny Hamlin. I don't know much about NASCAR, but I'm here to talk about him winning. Hey, congratulations to him, doing other things outside of basketball. And we've seen other people get into this NASCAR thing, Joe Gibbs Racing, so forth and so on. And again, I didn't know that was something he was interested in. Apparently it makes some money, but they won their first one. But here's where the controversy is the ending of it during the celebration. Hey, come on, Mike. I have to say, I don't think there's any funny business going on here. But I don't know if you've seen this or not, but he was celebrating with the racer, Tyler Reddick, with his son during the podium part, right? And Tyler Reddick was the driver of the car in which he had. But there seemed to be some controversy with the celebration and all that's going on. And Michael Jordan seemed to be touching the young man inappropriately. But it looks like they're playing, and I'm not here to make excuses because I don't believe in my heart of hearts that Michael Jordan is like that. But in today's society, in the way the world works, it doesn't look great. And I was kind of hesitant about even showing it, but I'm going to show it. Because some of you guys and ladies may not have seen it. So let me put this up here, and I want to get your thoughts on it as you call in, 862-799-9956. Also, make sure you go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button as you come on in. We are on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. So make sure you check it out. But this is Michael Jordan celebrating at the end, and the young kid right there. Again, you tell me what your take is. I personally don't think it's anything SA in nature. You have to say that here on YouTube. You said a bunch of stuff, but we can't say that. But poor timing, maybe poor choice of celebrating. I don't know. But it doesn't look good. and I don't know if he's come up with a statement or not. You guys let me know. And I believe this happened yesterday. So anyway, let me put this up here on the thing. You guys can take a look at it. You tell me what you think. This is them celebrating, and that's Michael Jordan doing his thing. I don't know. And he's tickling the back of his leg, and the kid's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'll play it one more time. If you want to watch it, you can rewind it and see. But that's the driver's son. I think his name is Bo. But not a great look. That's all I'll say. It's just not really a great look. And let me know what you guys think about that in the chat. Let me see. Okay, Pinky says helping the little fella shake the ice out of his clothes. Come on, coach. I don't know about the ice. So, if that's helping you shake some ice out your clothes, I get it. I guess. Again, I think it's the furthest thing. I don't know. They're talking about shaking ice out of clothes. Now that's something new. I haven't heard that. If this is this Susie Pink? Can I see Pinky? If that's Susie Pink, let me know. Because I think YouTube changed some of these names. But anyhow, that's one of the topics there. As well as, let me see. Oh, everybody loves a Colorado story. Coach Prime and Karuchi Tran, I believe is her last name. I believe that's his girlfriend now. They kind of came out and talked about he gave her an opportunity to leave prior to the surgery, and she didn't sign up for all this and all of that stuff. I got my own takes on it, but like I said, we could call in and talk about that. We talk about Trinidad Chambers getting a 6th year. That's something else. That's amazing to me. These guys are getting so many years. I don't even understand the I don't understand why you have rules in place. And I think I don't know if the NCAA is doing things on purpose, strategically, or just saying, you know what? Y'all cried about it. Y'all complained about it. When I had rules set in place to keep things, to have order, y'all complained and whined about it so much that I'm going to show you what it's like when there's no rules in order. And here's the funny thing. The judges are doing this. It's not the NCAA because they're actually fighting it. They're suing the NCAA and they're losing. And the NCAA is losing in court to these judges. I don't know if it was true. Another kid had 11 years. I know we had a cat named Cam McCormick at Miami. He had like 8 or 9 years. Like, I may have my own thoughts on this when it comes to the extension of time. I think several things need to happen because we know these guys are transferring. They're not taking classes. I believe it was Carson Beck, wasn't it? It's a lot more. But Carson Beck wasn't taking any classes. He was already a graduate transfer or whatever. But I don't know how you have 5 years to play 4 years. You have 5 years to play 4. And if you can't get it done in 4, then I don't understand. I really don't have an understanding. Because we've seen now in college football, especially quarterbacks, they only need 1 year. And if you haven't done enough to get it done, then I don't understand. I just don't get it. That's just me personally. I think Trinidad Chambers, in my opinion, this is my opinion, just solely my opinion, I don't think he liked his NFL grade. And he decided to come back because he would probably, most definitely, he'll make more money in college as the starting quarterback with NIL than he would going probably 6th or 7th round in the NFL draft and potentially getting cut. So I think he said, I'm going to try one more year, make 2, 3, 4 million, whatever his NIL deal is. I don't know what it is. And then he says, guess what? At least I got some money in the bank. Shorty, what you think? And there it is. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But like I said, you can let me know, 862-799-9956. And that's it. Real quick, Kenneth Tongue in the building. Man, y'all clap it up, man. Look at this. Kenneth Tongue in the building. For the 1999, baby. He says, shout out to Coach Hayes. Slow season, but the dedication is appreciated. I appreciate y'all. And boy, you talk about slow, man. We almost like in a traffic jam. We ain't going nowhere, man. Put the car in park and cut the radio up because we in a straight traffic jam. It is a slow part of the season, and it is what it is. Coach, stop. Pink Toe told him to come. Oh, God. Anyway, appreciate that, Kenny Tom, for the 1999. I thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate it. Cuban Kane says, Coach, stop it. Pink Toe told him to come back. I don't know who Pink Toe is, but whoever it is, call in and talk to me about it, Cuban Kane, and let me know what you think about it. Talking about Pink Toe. Y'all crazy. Who is Pink Toe? Cuban Kane, you shut up. Anyway. Yeah, Emmett at 5'10", can Trinidad Chambers make it as a starting quarterback in the NFL? That's probably was a knock on him, his size. So him being strategic says, hey, let me go back to college for another year, for another 2, 3, 4 million, whatever. Like I said, whatever it is, Ole Miss was paying or going to pay, and get what you can out of it, because I don't think the money equates going to the NFL. Not a first-round draft pick, in my opinion. And we'll see. I mean, he had a phenomenal season, did a good job with his coaching switch. You know, Miami had to put him to sleep in that game, but however, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, man. I guess when it comes to these players, man, and getting all these years, I don't understand, why do you need 6, 7 years? Like, it was the one guy, I believe he had a broken toe. I think Streetnum reported on that. The kid with 11 years, I think he had 11 years. He had turf toe 1 year. He didn't play. He had this, he didn't play. He didn't have that. Bro, injury is part of this game. It really is. We're talking about injuries that we're not talking about, like, hate to sound crude here, but, you know, like an organ failure and he was out. We're talking about turf toe, bro. Part of the game. You know, we're not talking about, you know, the kid had to have kidney transplant and so forth. You know, I say the same thing. Coach Hayes, why you feel strange? Ward has 6 years. I think he had his additional year was because of the COVID year. If I'm not mistaken, that was a rule that was set in place by the NCAA. See, that's a different. He didn't have to fight for an additional year. So therefore, that's why I have a feeling. If it wasn't where they gave everybody like that 2020 year did not count, then I would be saying the same exact thing. I have to be honest. But because he was part of that 2020 in that one of his years fell within there, then if everybody gets the rule, then everybody gets it. I can't complain. That's the rule that they set. You know what I mean? I heard Chambers came back because he wanted that 1 year back because his tonsils removed, possibly. Okay. But you have 5 years to play 4. I don't know what to tell you. Like, get it. And I appreciate you, Jay Mose. I appreciate you for what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, at some point, you have to draw a line in the sand. Like, you have to. And I always say this about one thing that's wrong with America. We don't tell people no. It's like we don't tell anybody no. Get you a lawyer, and the answer is yes. Well, maybe I need to start following them rules. I got a couple of things I like to do, and I've been told no. Maybe I need to go get a lawyer so I can be told yes. Maybe that's what I need to do. David says, Coach, I don't have a problem with extra years if it's warranted, but I do have a problem with anybody over 25 playing college football. Okay, cool, David. I appreciate that. But what is warranted? That's where the line has to be drawn. What is considered okay? Like, what is considered, yeah, he can play 6 years, 7 years, 8 years because of what? Like, and I think that's what that needs to be laid out. You know what I mean? You're right. I agree. I think it's crazy. Right? Listen, you got to work 3 days, but you better come back with a doctor's note, boy. You better come back with a doctor's note. Shout out to you. Talking about Cam Ward quit on this team in his final game. You get what you negotiate. He negotiated that with Mario Cristobal, and that's what they agreed on. You get what you negotiate. I always tell people that. You get what you the film. You right about that, boy. I'm trying to think but like who's the kid that had was it 11 years? He was an old lineman. I think he's an old lineman. I think he plays for Memphis, if I'm not mistaken. His name what's that kid's name? I didn't think it was true. What was that kid's name, man? Yeah, here we go. I played a little news clip, and this can't be real, but it's on the news, so hey, as well. Oh, that's college football. God doggone it. It messed me up. What was the player's name, y'all? What was that? His name was I think he was an offensive lineman. What was his name? I'm gonna think I got a streak thing. I'm gonna put a streak thing up here. I think Street had a thing up here with 11 years. Somewhere around here. But anyhow, like I say, man, it's kind of slow. We rolling, we ride, man. I think Street had a video up here with this. 11 years, bro. Or maybe it's on the Instagram page. But even Cam McCormick, like, what are we talking about? 9 years, bro? Here it is right here. I'm gonna blow this up right here, Street. Let's see what you got. Look at this.
It's bothersome. 11th year, and I didn't blink an eye at it. My question to you is, these kids getting these extra years. I know there's a lot of you guys in the workforce that wish you could have got an extra 4 games of college football. I get it. But these kids is getting these extra years. Do you see it as a blessing from God? Or the NCAA is just trying to muddy the water so they can get power back? Let me know in the comment section below. I thought this was real. It's bothersome.
Why did they say he was recruited during the Obama administration, bro?
11th year, and I didn't blink an eye at it.
His first year, he redshirt. Second year, a left ACL tear. The third year, a right ACL tear. Excuse me. Year 4, a rotator cuff tear. Year 5, turf toe. Bro, he went 5 years, and I guess he didn't play, or he played very limited. Year 6, played all 13 games. Year 7, you got a fractured thumb. I know, like, y'all got to tell me this is AI. This is made up. A fractured thumb. You're an old lineman. Put a Q-tip on there. You know they put the big club on there. Year 8, played in 3 games. Year 9, a left ACL tear. Year 10, he played in 12 games. So my problem with this whole concept is, I ain't mad at the kid. I'm mad at the enablers. Memphis, why are you even giving him a scholarship? How good could he be? How can he help y'all with this many injuries? How can he help? The dude has broken everything but his heart. ACL left, ACL right, ACL again, turf toe, fractured thumb, rotator cuff. Bro, this dude right here, like Humpty Dumpty, he fell off the wall. Yeah, but love, you tell your ACL 3 times it's tough, my man. It's time to join the workforce. It is what it is, or the coaching ranks. David says, how many years does Torrey have for the Canes? I don't know. But if he falls in that category, I have the same exact argument. I have to be honest. I have the same exact argument. Juan says, Coach Hayes, Michael Jordan did is unacceptable. I'm the kid's father and we're having a talk. I don't care if he, Michael Jordan, Donald Trump, and Dalai Lama. Hell, if it was his mama, I have a problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, somebody said he was trying to get ice out his clothes. I don't know, bro. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Yeah, no, not me. Now, going back to this David, 11 years, what is his major? I mean, what is he studying? Fraud. Listen. Now, I would tie in, if I'm NCAA or whatever, I would tie in degrees to extend your time. At 11 years, he could be a full certified medical doctor by now. 11 years. 11 years. I know the pharmacy program is like 8. He should be Dr. What is his kid name? For real. He should be Dr. Let me see.
Question to you.
What his name is. Trying to see what his name is. Whatever his name is. Shaquille Mills or something like that. Yes. No, Shalik Mills. Shalik Mills. He should be Dr. Shalik Mills at this point. Dr. Shalik Mills should be his name. Because when I look at stuff like this, and that's what makes it hard, is, bro, he got to be all of 30. If you've been in school 11 years, you go to school when you're 18, some 17, 18. Let's just say 18. That's 29, bro. You are 29 years old. You in college older than some of your coaches. Imagine if he would have played at Florida. What was that? The defensive coordinator they had, the real young guy, Austin. Something Austin, whatever he was, little young dude, kind of stunk it up. That dude was 30. That dude was 30. I'm just saying. That's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. 862-799-9956. Y'all don't want to call in and talk to old coach tonight, huh? I understand. I get it. Hey, Jen, go to sleep right now. Bye. Go to bed. Bro, get NCAA and AARP mail. Oh, boy, in the Silver Sneakers Club, dog. That's crazy. He go to McDonald's, get his coffee for $0.25. That's nuts right there. Now, there have been times where guys are older. Oh, we didn't even talk about the BYU case. Like, was it Chris Winkie that was like 28 or whatever? But I think he was playing baseball first. Or you have guys that like BYU, speaking of BYU, that go on the mission. You have guys that were maybe in the military. That's a different deal. But they weren't in college playing college football all that time. That's the difference. That's the difference. Somebody got to help me on this BYU case. I'm not clear on the BYU case. I know he got charged with grape because you can't say the R word. You got to say, here on YouTube. But the school said they knew nothing about the case until 2 days ago. That's what I read, but y'all got to help me. E. Brown. Oh, this is a spokesperson for AARP. Look who you called up, Jim. AARP got a lot of perks, see? He's not only a client, he's also the president. Shout out to E. Brown. Shout out to E. Brown. E. Brown, call me, man. I need to talk to you anyway. And you know how to bloviate. You can get on here and chop it up with me. We only got 45 people in here. You can tell it's the off season, boy. Huh? Yeah, Chris Winkie won the Heisman at 29. This dude out here paying taxes and doggone donating to Social Security around here at 29 years old. That's hilarious. He went in the Heisman when most people getting cut from the NFL. Oh, have mercy. You got to make that happen. That's funny. But anyway, yeah, that's a lot going on out here in the building. Recruiting and this, that, and the other. And everybody's talking about their team is going to be the best because they got the best recruits and yada, yada, yada. And I saw somebody slap some low-hanging fruit off the tree, talking about Colorado. They were like, well, if he recruit high school, instead of going to the massage parlor with his girlfriend, bro, I gave up. I'm done with the Colorado, but that is funny, though. I think he had a thing with his, let me see if I can pull this up here. Prom at the massage parlor, dog, with his girlfriend. Instead of recruiting. Bro, you can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. I just saw this thing, man. Where was this thing at? Oh, here you go, right here. E. Brown, I got you. I'm coming to you right now. Hey, man. Shout out to Coach Prime, man. Hey, bro. He living his best life, man. They're in the high school recruiting. I'm making $56 million. I got a 37-year-old girlfriend. And damn them high school kids, man. Listen to this, man.
This man, take your shoes off.
That's no good.
Like, you have your
No, I don't know these people.
outfit on.
I ain't know these people. I need to get naked for somebody I don't know.
Take this off.
Skin.
This man,
Gotta love it, bro. You gotta love it. Shout out to Coach Prime, bro. And then he brought the thing about NFL. Again, dogging the people that got his son. Why would I go coach NFL? The way they did my son. Bro, you can't put this on tape. That's all I'm going to tell you, Coach. I wish y'all the best this year, man. They open up with Georgia Tech. I'm here for it. I can't do it no more. I'm not here to down the dude, man. Y'all clap it up real one time for the the Borator, E. Brown. All right. That's enough clapping. E. Brown, what's up, man? Talk to me. Shout out to the president
What's up, man?
of AARP, man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, listen, AARP has some good perks, man. Has some really great perks. I mean, wait till you get there. Wait till you get there. But it's hey, I got a question. What did Michael Jordan do? I missed that. What did he do? What happened with Mike?
Well, they won his team. He's a co-owner of a NASCAR team, and they won the Daytona 500. Kind of not controversial, but kind of like a buzzer beater in essence. Like from what I was reading, his team, the guy Tucker Reddick, I believe Tyler Reddick, was never in the lead until the last lap. And I guess they had some accidents and wrecks and stuff, and he ended up kind of jumping ahead, and they ended up winning the Daytona 500. Now, what that means in car racing so far, I don't know. I don't know if that's like considered playoffs, and you go to the Indy. I don't know how that works, but anyhow, that was that. Well, after that, during the celebration part, they're at the podium getting the trophy and so forth. The driver's son was there, and they got video of Michael Jordan kind of, somebody said, trying to take ice out his clothes or whatever, but kind of playing with it in his lower back. I'll just put it that way. You got to be careful on YouTube, and kind of tickling the back of his leg. I put it on the video. You can always rewind it. You can go back and rewind it and look at it if you want, if you've missed that part. But it's, I mean, I don't think it was funny business. Definitely poor taste. And at a 60-something, 67-year-old Michael Jordan, probably people play with kids like that. I hate to say it that way. You know, like, you know, I don't know how to say it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I get the gist of it. Listen, I get the gist of it. It's back in his day, that was the man introducing his young son or his young grandson to manhood. That's what it was, okay?
Huh?
Nowadays you can't do that. That's kind of inappropriate. You know, if you stick your hand around the waistline of anybody right now, it's kind of inappropriate, you know. So I get the gist of it.
No, yeah,
I mean, I don't know what some of your topics. What are your topics tonight, Coach? I mean,
we just chopping it up, man, about anything. Yeah, I'm just chopping it up, man. Like you said, you know, that slow time of the year. We were talking. I just finished talking about Coach.
What?
You know, of course, people gonna always keep sending. I don't know why people do this, but they do. They send me video code.
Well, I got something. I got something I want to bring forward to the group. This is what I want to talk about, if we can.
Okay.
The college football players now, are we still to consider them amateurs, or are we going to consider them grown men, professional athletes in a college atmosphere?
All right, so
what I mean by that is,
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say my first question is, when you say "are we," who is we? You meaning the fans, or do you mean should the NCAA?
We. I mean, it's inclusive. My inbox is huge. It includes the fans. It includes the sports.
Okay.
The sports
coaches,
media. It includes the podcasters. It includes everybody.
Okay.
Okay. You can't refer to them now as. You can't refer to them now, I don't think, as kids who are not, who now have the option of having mama to step in and ask the coach why they're not playing anymore. It's a business now. They've grown up. They matriculated to where you and I are at right now. We are actually having 8, 9 to 5. We got to go to work, perform, and then we got to get evaluated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with these young kids, with the kids in college football now, they are utilizing the capitalistic way of trying to make money, and in the same sense. In the same sense, they want to also still be categorized as a kid, and referred to as a young person introduced into an amateur sport. It's not an amateur sport now. You got to get up and you got to perform, and then at the end of the year, you got to be evaluated.
Okay.
So what are we going to categorize them now?
So here's the thing. I think there's two different tiers of players. And I think the problem with what we're talking about is, I'll just call them the 1%ers. The 1%ers in college football, like any other place, right, seem to make it hard for everybody else. Here's what I mean. And I remember saying this when NIL first started. Remember, NIL was almost like the gold rush. Everybody on the team seemed to be getting these big deals. Everybody, remember you kept hearing, man, the third string fullback, he want to get 50 grand. I think it is now tapered off. And only the elite players are getting these great numbers. I'm not saying everybody's not getting some money, but we're talking about, like, for example, the Trinidad Chamberlains, who might be getting some life-changing money right now in college. But I don't think the third string this or the backup center or even the center is getting that kind of money. You get what I'm saying? It's going to only be the top players or maybe some of your elite guys in college football. The Jeremiah Smiths, mostly your quarterbacks on every team is probably going to get, they're probably the higher paid guys for most part. But that's a mirror image of the NFL. The quarterbacks are usually your highest paid guy. That's what made the teams go, right? Now, I mean, we got Deshaun Watson sitting on the sideline eating sunflower seeds, making more than probably everybody else. Myles Garrett out here doggone breaking sack records, and Deshaun Watson sitting on the sideline talking about anybody got a toothpick. But anyway, I think when we talk about amateurs, I think there's two different tiers of players. I think that, yes, there are some guys that we could consider professionals, right? The guys that are getting these big bucks, so therefore the expectations are extremely high. But then you have the second tier of player who's really probably not getting much, if anything, probably three tiers. You got a high, low, and medium, you know? You got a medium guy that's kind of getting the standard. And then you got a low guy that's like, he's just happy to be on the team. You know what I mean?
Correct. Now, what that mean? What you just explained goes in segues into what has been bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Uncle Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Luke criticized the University of Miami coaching staff because players who he coached at some point in their little league or high school years, they didn't rise to the level where he thought that they should be playing on a consistent basis.
Right.
So he criticized the coaches for doing that.
Okay.
However, having the desire to have the coach to put a player in because they played good in high school, that's out the window now because the college football atmosphere is totally moved on from what we knew back in 6 years ago. It's moved on from. You got to have, at the end of the season, everybody's got to be evaluated.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you and I, we go to work, we get a performance evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not performing up to par, guess what? You put on a proof plan.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
So you can't now expect coaches to put players into the football game who are not performing at a level that's exceeding expectation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not exceeding expectation, you're going to be below standard.
Okay.
First, second, and third string is no longer relevant. First, second, and third string is no longer relevant
Mm-hmm.
because the competition level has been risen because of, because it's a capitalistic society now in college football.
Okay.
So we gotta reevaluate how now I gotta look at potential players who will incorporate it into the football team.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta look at who wants to come to the football team, who wants to perform at an exceptional above standard level, instead of trying to get somebody in there who wants to be a Miami Hurricane for life.
Okay.
That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. That's the dilemma that I see forthcoming. Because I'm like Nostradamus. I kind of read the future. I'm trying to read the tea leaves.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm listening.
And it's just that you got now, even if you come into a college football team, if someone comes to the University of Miami as a five-star player.
Right.
Okay, to come in as a so-called five-star player, they've got to maintain that five-star category
Mm-hmm.
from the time they get there or for that year that they're going to be there for that season. They got to maintain that five-star level of play. If they don't maintain it, hey, your performance evaluation comes up at the end of the year. If you didn't get exceed a 5 or exceed on your evaluation, hey, we got to go. We got to get somebody else.
Okay. Well
that's what happened.
And I get that, right? And I get it. And I understand that. And I'll just say this to Luke's part. That's his player. I think his allegiance is more to his kids than it is his team. Right? The difference is who he is, the platform he has, right? And the microphone in which he uses. So his grievance is louder than most coaches. I've had issue with coaches before. But again, I wasn't on this platform. I ain't fight the Supreme Court. I ain't Uncle Luke. I ain't Mr. Don't Stop, Get It, right? So my voice is not that loud, and that didn't happen publicly. He chose to take a public route for that. Now that's his prerogative. Some people like it, some people don't. But I've had issues with college coaches, and we've had to handle it, and we did, but it wasn't done publicly like this. And so be it. And I'll say this: a lot of people do things for a lot of different reasons. I don't know why Luke decided to do it publicly instead of privately. Maybe he did it privately, didn't get the result he wanted, so he decided to go public. I don't know. And be honest with you, I really don't even care. But what I will
as a top podcaster here, and especially here in South Florida, you're a top podcaster here in South Florida, and I don't know how far reach your soliloquy goes out, how far it goes out. But you're a top podcaster here in South Florida, and when you have someone who is committed to a player like Uncle Luke was committed to, I think it was which one of the players? What's the kid's name?
Ray Joseph.
Ray Joseph.
Mm-hmm. That commitment, that type of commitment, is no longer a pivotal or a special point to get when you get to the next level now. It may not be.
You can't.
No, to your point, right? It may not be, and maybe that's why he chose to go publicly, because he wasn't getting the results he wanted privately. And to your point, you're right, because of the amount of money that's being paid out to some of these players, it is what it is, right? And so these coaches, prior to that, looked at it as, I don't owe you an explanation. It's all about production, right? I'm not going to your mom's house, sitting on her living room couch, eating her collard greens, and telling your family that he gonna leave here a boy and come back a man. He gonna leave here broke and come back rich. And if you don't produce, he gonna come back broke again. It's just like, that's really what the spill should be. And I think that's where the lines can get blurred from coaches too now. See, coaches are still recruiting in the old fashion because they know what NIL money is. I tell you, these coaches are liars now. They are politicians with a football versus a ballot box. They playing on a gridiron. But what I will tell you, though, is that's still part of the pitch. And see, that's what people are not understanding. Part of the, remember I always told you, if people come in there and tell me, well, it's like family, it's like home, I'm out. You remember me saying that?
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm out because it's not. And I told you, if we form a relationship along the way during this process, that's one thing. But going into it, you must understand that it is clearly an utter business. But the sales pitch to the parents are, we're here to develop them. We're here to take care of them. We're going to have their back all along the way. When they make mistakes, we're going to be the first one they call. We got their back. And that's not what's happening. Right?
Yeah, because loyalty, which is what Luke was to Ray Ray, loyalty doesn't mean jack now. It doesn't mean nothing.
Correct.
I mean, you could be loyal to a kid from little league to high school, but when you go into college now, loyalty means absolutely nothing. That's just like the NFL. Loyalty means absolutely nothing in the NFL.
Right.
So that's why I think we should not. You cannot recruit now based on loyalty from a high school coach.
Right.
You gotta look at it from the standpoint of, can this guy get a 5 on his performance evaluation at the end of the year?
I get it. Well, here's a perfect example. The young man at BYU, Parker Kingston, he was arrested for grape, right? We got to say it like that. And you know what the university said? First of all, he's no longer a student. And what is the whole premise, right? You are innocent until proven guilty. Am I right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in society, when you go across the news or the waiver or the wire, you are guilty, right? And nobody cares about the result. Nobody. In 6 to 8 months,
that only happens to what you consider the 1%. That type of mentality happens to only the 1%. That's what happens to.
No,
if you're 1%,
hold up. The 1%.
And if you hold a position that people look up to as a position of trust, that's when you're held to that esteem.
So, but hold on. Here, I may disagree if I'm understanding what you're saying. They had a year-long investigation. The university said they knew nothing about it until his arrest. And Maury Povich's lie detective said that was a lie. Sir, the school knows when you get a parking ticket. You think they don't know when you are being investigated for grape? And as long as you might be being investigated a year long, that means he played last season. See, they didn't take him off until something was done. That's why I'm telling people they don't care. And as soon as they put them platinum bracelets behind his back, they withdrew him from the school. He no longer on the team. We know nothing about it. And it's supposed to be the Church of Latter-day Saints, ain't it? BYU?
Yeah, true.
But this is what I'm telling you, the business part. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know the details of the situation. You know what I mean? If it happened, then I hope he gets whatever he deserves, right? But on the flip side, I know some people, some players who are the 1%ers that have had some heinous things happen. And because it don't get out, they good to go. But guess what? As the minute it get out, man, we ain't know nothing about it. I'm telling you, this world nasty, man.
Well, if the act committed by the player is what society looks on as something horrible, like Ray Rice when he slapped his wife in the elevator and caught it on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Society looks at that as, man, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that doesn't rise to that level, your initial thought, I don't think it applies in that point. I think that kid, I don't know what crime what he committed.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what.
They got you.
Beloved, she got me.
You hate me. What's up?
but I just don't get it. I know where you're going, but like I said, loyalty now going into, you know, having guys like Uncle Luke and I even heard Skinner. I mean, what's his name? Skinner, the guy who comes on Streeter. I even hear Street talk about, man, you got to give these young kids, you got to give them a chance, give them an opportunity. You got to give them this. No, that's not how it goes anymore. Loyalty to me is absolutely nothing in college football anymore. It's out of the window. Out the window.
Listen, I agree.
You got to perform.
I agree with that. The problem is you have to understand what the mixed messaging is, though. See, you're a lot older than everybody on this planet, but you're also a little wiser, Brown, that you understand that as a 971-year-old man, you know, and I understand that now as a 48-year-old man. But how are you telling the 18-year-old kid that, hey, man, you come here, man, we need you, like, right? Like, this is what they're being told. No, but hold on. I want to make sure. All of my 18-year-old kids no more. No, I hear that. I hear
that's what I'm
okay. You could an 18-year-old, whether you want to call him kid, man, or whatever, an 18-year-old inexperienced life liver. How about that? An 18-year-old inexperienced, but they're 18-year-old. You can call them a man, you call them whatever. They are naive because you have to remember, all their life, they have been coddled, they have been taken care of, they have been catered to. And now when the college coach comes in and you're supposed to be the next big thing, and they're telling you, yeah, you got the NIL, but I'm telling you, hey, you're going to be this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then when you get there, that maybe happen and maybe not happen. But you have to understand, somebody has to now teach them how to understand the business. And that's something that a lot of athletes have always lacked, E. Brown, and you know that. They don't understand the business. How does a guy, what was my man named employee number 8 with the bald head, man? Antoine, who's the basketball player? Walker. How you have $100 million and go broke? How was that dude the other day, probably a couple months ago, talking about, I can't live off $100 million. Sir, what, where? Why can't you? What I mean is how people can't understand the business part is because they're not around people that understand the business part. So it's the blind leading the blind. And you're being tricked and naive. I just finished watching Straight Outta Compton today. Ice Cube was the only one that understood the business. He the only one that understood, and he said, I don't know how to read the contracts. I'm not a lawyer, but he understood the business. He may not understand the lingo, but he understood the business. And if it wasn't really maybe for him, they would have been getting screwed by Jerry Heller for years and years and years, and there would have been another story out there of a bunch of guys that made a bunch of money and broke, like TLC. You sell all these records and you got a quarter off each record, and you got to split that 3 ways. A quarter, bro.
Well, the thing about that, you know, I don't want to get too far off of the sports topic. But the thing about that is that aspect of it exists in all parts of society.
That's correct.
Because that's why we have. Why do you think the bankruptcy laws came into place? The bankruptcy laws came into place because you had prominent people with money who made decisions, even in their 30s and 40s, they made decisions which were horrible decisions, and the only way they can get out of it is to come up with a way to get a chance to start all over again. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, these kids are 18 years of age. You don't want to call them kids, but no, they're grown men. Hey, just like a kid going into the military at 18. Goes in the military, you go into the military where you have the potential to either kill somebody or kill him.
That's right.
Got to make that decision. So we're still thinking that the way the college football atmosphere is now, that we're still at the point where we can call them kids and they're unaware of what's going on. So they're fully aware of what's going on because these kids are coming in now expecting to get paid.
Yeah, but I
So
disagree.
they're fully aware.
Yeah, but here's the difference. I hear you, and I totally agree with what you're saying. The part I disagree with is the messaging. I agree with what you mean about kids going to the military, but they're also not being there's not a bunch of fanfare about Recruit Brown going to the Marines and how great he is, and everybody loves him, and this, that, and the other, and he's going to be he's going to be the one to change the Marines. No, they tell you from the beginning, you're going to conform to what the Marines tell you, right? Like, you're not going to be the next great Marine such and such and such and be honored and loved, and you got 100,000 social media followers. Like, so to your point, I hear you. But I totally think it's a total different recruiting atmosphere where when you're at the Marines, you understand, yeah, it's kill or be killed in essence of what you're saying. But when you're talking about, and you got to remember, this NIL stuff is still relatively new. We ain't had a 30 for 30 on it yet. Think about it. We've had 30 for 30s on people messing up their money after they get to the NFL, and people still in the NFL mess up their money. How, Sway? When you got umpteen stories about what not to do with your money, and people do it anyway. They still do it anyway because they think it's never going to run out. Every dude that go to the league got to get the rapper starter kit. I got to get the big chain and the big... Bro, we see the players today. Shout out to Bryce Fitzgerald. Listen, the chain he had on his neck, I saw the Texas A&M. This was, I don't know if y'all can see the screen right now. He had a chain that said BF on his neck like this. This is how big it was.
Uh-huh.
I just got my iPad up here. But this is how big the chain was hanging on his neck, BF. Who's going to tell, and I'm not here to pick on the kid or maybe even talk about his family, but who are the people who's looking up him that says, sir, I don't think that's a great investment. That you walking around with a big thing like that, it could be all fake diamond, but the robber don't know it's fake. The dude that's trying to stick you up don't know it's fake, but that bullet sure is real. But because you want to be seen, and I'll tell people like this, if you were to see Bryce Fitzgerald and probably 90% of college football players outside of maybe O-lineman and D-lineman, you wouldn't even know they played football. If you go look at Bryce Fitzgerald walking down the street with a big chunk around his neck that say BF, if you don't know University of Miami football, you wouldn't know that was Bryce Fitzgerald. You can't tell me if I put a lineup right now of nothing but people, could you pick out Bryce Fitzgerald? No.
You're right. You're correct.
But I could pick him out with that big old chain that say BF with a bunch of diamonds in it. I bet that. And that's what I'm trying to tell people is that, so we're in his camp, and I'm just using him as an example. Hopefully his family not mad about it, but if they are, please feel free, they can call in. But where in his circle is somebody saying, that's not a good investment. I heard it was what, $70,000? You're a freshman, bro, with a $70,000 chunk. That's a Cadillac hanging off your neck.
That's a 3-year yearly salary for some people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and the thing about it is that that's what I would rather hear Uncle Luke sharing with the kids more so than try to tell them that in order to prove that you are loyal to me, in order for Mario Cristobal or his coaches to come into my area to recruit my players, you got to show a loyalty to me by putting me on the field without me performing in this atmosphere that we're in right now.
No, listen. So you know what you do? Next time y'all on there, tell them that. I mean, that's the only thing I can tell y'all is tell Luke, have those stories, because they get on there and they talk about a bunch of stories. That's the best I can tell y'all. But how I look at it is back to that point where you were talking about their men, but that's what I'm saying. That's an 18-year-old freshman that's got, well, he's a third leading in interceptions in NCAA that year. And you think he don't want a little bit of that glitz and glam? I don't want to be famous.
Absolutely.
And so, but again,
Absolutely.
so that's gonna overpower the business mind if nobody's going to teach them. Like if that was my son, there's no way he would have had to go behind my back, and I don't know where he would have found $70,000 from without me knowing about it.
Yeah.
To buy a chain, man, please, bro. I would have said, here's a perfect example. I would have sat him down and watched the T-Pain interview. The T-Pain had a chain that was called Big Ass Chain, right? That's what that's what he had. Right. T-Pain had a chain. It was called Big Ass Chain. Watch this.
Right.
How much did he pay? Let me see. How much did he pay for it? He don't even know where it is. Look at it. Look at this. It was worth $400,000. 197 carats of diamonds, and it weighed over 10 pounds. Through later value at around $200,000 to $400,000, he eventually melted it down. Replicas of the iconic chain are now sold for $39.99. But what I'm trying to say to you is, there's nothing you can do with that chain. Nobody want to change. How many people out there in the world named BF? You can't even resell it. It has no value. What I mean is, and you melt it down, you're not getting the value in which you paid for all of the craftsmanship you had to go to put it in. Like, that's a poor investment. But who's going to tell our kids that's a poor investment when they are now probably, now I'm only speculating here, I don't know. But you are now the breadwinner overnight for the family. Are you going to tell the breadwinner no?
But you got to remember, he set the standard in the bar real high for himself. If he comes in the next season and he falls short, what will your opinion of him be?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He set the bar real high for him. He set the bar real high for himself right now.
Okay.
If he comes in the next season and he so-called underperforms, he gets burned, he gets toasted, he gets burned a lot, and he doesn't get those 6, 7, 8, 9 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Where does he go from this point at the end of the year? Because he's got to be evaluated. Because somebody's coming up now. Right. So he could. This is a schooling moment. He could buy all the gold chain with the BFs and the carats, all he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't perform next year, that what you just said about spending $70,000 on the gold chain, mm-hmm. that's going to be real prominent and significant for him and his family if he doesn't perform next year.
Well, it might be, but I don't care if he outperforms everything. It's still a bad investment, right? And we know that.
Yes, absolutely.
And here's what I'm going to tell you. The reason I'm saying that, because there's so many examples in life where they say a fool learns from his own mistake, a wise man learns from others, right?
Okay.
I'm saying I want you to hear this, because that's why I say there's plenty of examples here in life of these kind of things, and you can hear this as well. Since we don't have any other callers in, I got number time. I would set my son down right here with this right here. This is what I would have told him. Check this out.
Okay.
How much was it?
400,000. That's the 400,000.
How much you really wasted 400,000 on this?
Absolutely. One of my biggest fucking regrets. But
really?
I keep it around to remind myself.
How much can we get for it?
Actually now, probably like 200 at the most.
Jesus. What happened?
Just price just went down. The price of gold and diamonds aren't what they used to be.
Where did all go wrong, Dr. Payne?
Somebody was on the side of the stage at one of my shows, and they said, I bet you won't get a big ass chain that says big ass chain. And I said, you don't know how much money I got right now, so don't try me. I don't know the guy, didn't get his number, never seen him again, and went and spent money on this chain to prove to this stranger that I would do it. Still don't know who the it was.
Wow. Is this real?
Yeah.
He says one of his biggest regrets, E. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I got a new word. I got a word for you. That's what, you know what that is?
Talk to me.
That's what we call concrete crayon.
What does that mean?
That's concrete crayon. Okay? Concrete crayon means it's a co-worker whose work is instantly recognized for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Bryce Fitzgerald's work is recognized for all the wrong reasons. Going to buy a $70,000 change with BSF and literally almost lost his life because of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's called concrete crayon. Concrete crayon.
Right. And
when
again,
you
I'm
get
gonna say
recognized
this.
for all the wrong doggone reasons.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this. This is not only a Bryce Fitzgerald. We're just using him as an example, and especially because of what happened. But I think Street did an interview with one of them Indiana players, an old lineman. He got a big old thing too. All I'm saying, because what we're talking about is business and money, right? And what we're saying, and I was just catching people up that's popping in. I was telling E. Brown that's on the line that these young men, kids, adults, novice to adulthood, however you want to label them, at the end of the day, they do not understand business. And at the end of the day, a lot of people in their camp may not understand business, or those young men become breadwinners and they're not going to say no, because those breadwinners are the reason what? That they can have other opportunities and maybe they can get a big ass chain. I don't know. But what I mean is you have to remember, these kids are coming into a lot of money very quickly at a younger age. It's like the NFL. Think about the NFL. They 22, 23, some of them 21. First round pick, $50 million signing bonus, blah, blah, blah. And they lose their mind. So imagine now the 18-year-old that's getting $50,000 every month. Right? $50,000 every month.
Yep.
And some of their mamas don't make that in a year.
Yep.
And guess what? Oh, well, my chain was only 75. If I make 50, I got 50 this month. Take half of what I make next month. I got me a chain. But guess what? I'm gonna fill it right back up because 50,000 coming. But we not telling them invest in land, invest in property, invest in things that is going to grow. We got to get the rapper starter kit. And that's where we have to do better educating our players in general.
Yeah.
All we've done is kick the can backwards. The same conversation I'm talking to you about right now with these high school players going into college is the same conversation that we said we need to have with the college kids going to the NFL.
Correct.
Because the good thing is these high school kids, there are more high school kids getting paid something way more than college kids going to the NFL and getting paid. And there are a lot more kids getting paid today in college that are getting some form of money, whether it's $5,000 a month, whether it's $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Bro, that's $120,000 a year at $10,000 a month. Right? If you do that for the next 3-4 years, are you going to be super rich? No. But you sure got a seed to sow so you can start your business or whatever. Have investment classes. These colleges don't care. Yeah, they go in there and tell them how to invest your money. It's like going to a seminar. You know, you go to professional development, you sit in a room, and some lady or dude stand up there showing you on a projector new ways to do this and that. And guess what you're doing? Everything but paying attention.
Right.
And you be like this, boy, I can't wait till it's over because I'm going to be off the clock early and I'm going to the crib, boy, watch Coach Hayes football. Matter of fact, half of y'all be in the professional development with the earpiece in your ear listening to Coach Hayes football. Like how I plugged that like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's important for guys like you and Uncle Luke to have F Muppet conversation. Y'all got to have F Muppet conversation. you're having an F Muppet conversation right now.
Mhm.
Okay, get them out of that F Muppet mode. F Muppet means when you become a useless human being, you just stand around and then you stand there and you act like you deserve to get a medal for doing nothing.
No, I get it. Real
We got to
quick.
get them. We got to get them out of F Muppet mode.
Yeah, real quick. You hate me too. Ha, that's my dog. Ray Ray was not better than anyone playing in front of him, and JoJo's problem wasn't confidence issue, but off-field issues and attitude problem. Okay, I'll go with that. That's fine. That's not really my concern, though. You hate me? Here's where I have my concern. If you look at our situational, I'll just say offense, the last 2 minutes of the national championship, because that was the game that was fresh. I've had this conversation on it before. I'm not sure if you were listening prior to. If you feel free, dog, you call in. I ain't talk to you in a minute anyway. My problem is, forget Ray Ray, forget JoJo. Let's go Joshua Moore. Any one of the receivers, why are they not on the field in the last 2 minutes over our tight end? I get it. Ray Ray was not better than Xavier Restrepo. Okay, great. Ray Ray was not better than Malachi Tony. Okay, I get that. Great. JoJo was not, whatever. Great. But you're going to tell me, and I'm talking situational stuff here, y'all. You're going to tell me in the last 2 minutes, we ain't talking about a tight end like Kyle Pitts that was at Florida, or even a Brevin Jordan, or even a doggone Elijah Arroyo. We're talking about the old school tight end in Bowman, not the fastest guy. We're trying to stretch the field. I don't care what guy you put there. You could have picked, Nakar. Whoever. A 4 wide receiver set. We've never went to a 4 wide receiver set based on a situation. And that's my problem that I have with this particular situation. No, Ray Ray, if you want to say he's not better than, I'm cool with that. JoJo not better than, I'm cool with that. But in that situation, why can't we get a wide receiver there instead of a tight end in that situation? That's all I'm asking.
Because we don't have that wide receiver on the team.
Bull crap. How? Here's my problem. Okay, here's my problem. Shout out to You Hate Me. He says JoJo's problem wasn't confidence issue, but off the field issues and attitude. Okay, great. I get that. But here's my problem. He played. He may not have gotten the ball, but he played. So why don't we play him? See, if he wasn't on the field, then I'd be like, okay, they're teaching the young man a lesson. But what are you teaching him if you're going to put him on the football field? Maybe you don't throw him the ball, but in that particular situation, his presence alone make DBs pay attention. I'm not scared of Bowman because of the foot speed and the situation and the scenario. That's all I'm saying. I want people to understand what I'm saying. It's the situation and the scenario. And you're going to tell me we don't have one? Joshua Moore, he was in the game. We threw a screen to him. Remember his knee hit the ground? He was in the game. So why can't Joshua Moore? His issue was before. His issue was experience. It's 2 minutes left, dog. Go bang your head off the goalpost. That's all I'm saying. We're talking the scenario. You put me in the national championship to run a screen, or maybe it was Ole Miss game, whatever it was. But and you could pick any one of them. Hell, I don't even shit. I'm sorry, y'all got me loose over here. Miami Hurricane roster. I'm tired of this. Like y'all, man, please. It's like we only got 3 receivers. We got 15 dudes in the room. Hell, you could have I would have put a running back in there, Pringle, to go run his head off the goalpost. You got Josiah Trader. Let me see who the receivers are. Joshua Moore. Let me sort this. I'm sorry. Keelan Marion is out there. Josiah Trader, Joshua Moore, C.J. Daniel, Malachi Tony, Dylan Upshaw, Tony Johnson, Nick Thomas, Henry Pikers, Brennan Burton.
Upshaw was third.
No, I'm just reading off names.
Okay,
I'm just looking at all of these names, and you're going to tell me we don't have enough wide receivers where we can run a 4 wide receiver set? Come on, bro. A 4 wide receiver set? That's all I'm asking. Not see, and I'm gonna go football terms now. Not an 11 personnel with a 10 picture. That means a tight end and running back. That's 11 personnel. But you line the tight end up out like it's 4 wide receivers. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not. I'm just saying that when those other guys in situations, bro, we have plenty of wide receivers. I'm looking right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14 wide receivers on the roster. 14.
Currently, I mean that's the team that's going to be on the field next year, right?
No, I'm asking you a question. Now that they're going, I can say this. If Keelan Marion was to get hurt, who comes in next?
You got to bring in one of the youngsters. You got to bring them in.
So you gonna tell me if Keelan Marion would have got dinged up the last 2 minutes, he broke his shoelace in the last 2 minutes, are we worried about inexperience? No, you want to get guys on the football field. All I'm saying is, back to you hate me's question about those guys not playing. I get it. I totally dig it. But in a scenario, I don't think Bowman is better than JoJo. And the reason I'm only bringing up JoJo is because they played him. See, if they didn't play him and he just sat the bench, then I'd be like, they sticking to their guns, they teaching him a lesson. But how are you teaching me a lesson when you're putting me in the game? Yeah, you may not throw me a ball, but I'm in the game. Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like,
I get your point. You're looking at it from an athletic standpoint. You're looking at it from the point where Bauman, he didn't put the fear of Steve and getting past me into the defensive backs.
That's correct.
I get your point with it.
Am
I right? Am I correct?
Yes. We're in a 2-minute drill. We were down 51 seconds. 51 seconds. We have no timeouts. And I have to say this. Speed was not our friend this year from the wide receiver room. Right? Really on offense. We were not the fastest when it came to
correct.
Like, so I'm going to have another tight end that I know he's going to get caught. And I'm not knocking Bowman. I'm talking about the scenario. It's called a 2-minute drill for a reason. It's called goal line defense. Imagine we go goal line defense. We put nothing but defensive ends on the line. Y'all will be like, he's stupid. Why they do that? Am I right or wrong? Am I wrong here?
I mean, it's not a point of being right or wrong. I think it's a point of being see, you coached at that level. You coached at a high level. You coached a high school team. You are not going to put in a player on the field in the last 2 minutes of a championship game that doesn't have the experience to get out there and perform.
Sir, don't do that.
Am I right or wrong?
No, but E. Brown, I didn't say go get a guy off the bench. JoJo play. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Did JoJo not play in the national championship? Did he take snaps on the football field? Did Joshua?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so how is that not having experience? He ran routes when he was out there then. Why can't he run routes now?
What I'm talking about is like I said, JoJo Trader. He made his blueprint. His blueprint was that when we needed to count on him, he would drop the football. Okay. The other kid, Moore was more of a deep threat than JoJo Trader, I think, if we were going to do that. Put Moore out there, because I've seen Moore go up and get past defensive back and make a play, catch the football, more so than JoJo Trader. Now, Ray Joseph, on the other hand, exceptional young man, perfect attitude when it comes to playing the game, but he couldn't even hold a position as a kick returner. So Those are some of the players that we had at our disposal in that last 2 minutes to put into the game, other than Bowman.
Okay, real quick. Duval Canes 5150 for the 199. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I think we're talking two different things here. Real quick. He says you're playing the results and the what if game, coach. No, I'm not. You hate me? What I am saying is there's a reason it's called the 2-minute drill. There's a reason. You're going to tell me in a 2-minute situation, and again, our tight end, he ain't Kellen Winslow, and he wasn't Jeremy Shockey. I'm just calling, what I'm trying to get an understanding is not the what if. He says, did we get down the field? Yes, we did. What I'm telling you is we still can get down the field, but the situation, there's times where that guy can get some behind somebody. His presence alone will cause them to play deeper where you can get the guy underneath. Now, that may be a what-if scenario, but if I'm a defensive back, if I'm a safety, and I see 87 out there, I'm not scared he's going to open up my hips and take me to the woodshed because it's the end of the game. But if I see number one, who some people arguably saying the fastest person on the team, I don't care if you decoyed his ass and, hey, JoJo, go run until you fall into the first row back there behind the end zone. So you open up other things. That maybe that's me thinking scheme. Maybe that's me thinking schematics. Maybe that's me saying, oh, you know what? They're inside the 5-yard line, and let's run a 30 front, and they got 2 tight ends in, right? And a whole fullback. They in. Guess what they in? They in 32 personnel. 3 running backs and 2 tight ends, right? And I'm going to run my 30 front. And guess what? My 30 front could have caused a sack in the backfield. But the likelihood.
Well, Coach, your point is, I get your point. But think about this. I know we're gonna play this what if thing.
Yeah.
What if that was Cam playing quarterback in that last 2 minutes with Bowman on the field?
I would have had the same.
Who do you think Cam would have targeted in that situation?
Maybe the same people.
I think it goes past.
No. Hear me out, Ibrahim.
I think it goes past.
I would have the same observation because not one time did y'all hear me say the quarterback should target JoJo or Ray or Nikar or Josh Moore. That wasn't my point. My point was the ability. We've always had this problem of stretching the field. What I was saying, and due to the scenario, even if Cam Ward was in the game, and maybe because if we win that game, it's an observation that's not even seen because we won it. And so maybe it is a what if. But as you evaluate, and as coaches do, and you hate me knows this, we give out negatives even on a positive play. Meaning you could make a sack in the backfield and you still get a negative on that play as a coach. Because I know what you should have done. You just probably made a player's move, right? And I'm not knocking you for that, but we're talking about playing within the scheme. So here's what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying that even when Cam Ward would have been in, we would have won the game, or that would have made a difference, or he should still not have targeted who. Let's say Cam Ward makes the same throw, Carson Beck makes whatever. But I'm just talking about from a schematic standpoint in a 2-minute drill. They didn't change their defense. We don't stretch the field. Now, if they were a team who matched defense for offense, meaning personnel packages, then maybe I could say that. They only rotated 13 guys. Well, really, they only had 13 guys that played on defense. They don't rotate, and those are probably D linemen. They don't have a nickel back for this, and they're going to play a 4-3 if you're in 11 personnel. No, they kept the same dudes out there. And so what I'm just basically saying, and I'm going to kind of be done, you guys can finish how you choose. All I'm simply saying is when I look at the situation and scenario, right, the scenario dictated, in my opinion, the package in which you should have been in. And I feel that one of those guys in the receiver room would have given us a better opportunity to do whatever that would be, being on the field, other than our tight end that we currently have. Now, if Bowman was built and moved like Brevin Jordan or Elijah Arroyo, I wouldn't have this conversation, because he has wide receiver skill. I don't think Bowman has wide receiver skill set. He has tight end skill set, and we don't need a tight end 45 yards away with no timeouts with 51 seconds. Now,
good point.
Now,
Great
if
point.
we would have got inside the 15 or inside the 10 and you put Bowman back out there, I'm not tripping. That's cool with me. But from a stretching the field perspective, when we would have got inside the red zone, I have no problem rotating him back in there. But he was in there from way back at the 20 when we got blessed with the 3rd and 15 late hit on the quarterback. He had never came off the field. So he was in there when we were 80 yards away. That's all I'm saying. But
I get it. Your scheme and your scheme consists of
stop
the
this.
quarterback.
Sorry, I went up on my dog. Stop this. I'm sorry. Hold on. You go 4 wide, they're blitzing, and then you're throwing quick anyway. So what's the difference is, if I get into a dude hands that got more speed, he might break it. And they weren't lining the tight end up in the tight end position. He was lining up at the Y. He was lining up at the S. He was lining up in the slots. Come on, man, I'm about to call you on the phone, and we about to have a powwow, man. You better stop this right now.
Hey, the coach. But your scheme includes the quarterback, the receivers, and the running back. That's why I chimed in with Cam Ward as the inserted as the quarterback.
Uh-huh.
The reason this is me talking from a novice standpoint, not a person who coached the game. But
okay.
The players that were in the game schematically fitted Carson Beck's game. If you understand what I'm saying.
I get it.
Those are the players that schematically fit his game. Cam Ward were in there.
Oh
Cam Ward, they fitted Bauman fitted the game that was necessary to keep Carson Beck, keep him from getting sacked.
Okay.
But he went out. He had to go out in a pattern. Wasn't he put in there for blocking purposes?
No.
Wasn't he in there for blocking purposes?
Not in the last 2 minutes. He out there running routes. That's what I'm telling y'all. This is why, like even Kendrick go ahead, man, the 4 wide receiver doesn't fit our offensive style. We ran 4 wide receivers, but we had a tight end at one of those. Y'all, yeah, I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm the dude that's like, maybe I got dirt in my eye. He says you're acting like our defense was slow.
No, you bring up a legitimate point about putting speed out there to open up the defense, open up the field.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point.
4 wide receivers. Hold on. He says 4 wide receivers often doesn't fit our style of. A Popka Blue Darters run the wing T. When there's a minute 12 on the clock and they're on the 10-yard line, you still think they're running the wing T? Hell no! What do you like? We're in a 2-minute drill. Anyway, I'm good. I'm good because I'm a little lost. You act like our defense was slow. We ain't break anything all night, and now you want me to believe we're breaking something? I know their defense was slow. I literally saw Mark Fletcher outrun their entire defense, and ain't nobody else was in the screen. Yes, their defense was slow. They did a good job tackling. But yes, their defense was slow. Yes, it was slow. Matter of fact, the catch that Bowman made in that last drive, maybe we could have got something out of that. He caught it right there on the scene. Maybe we could have popped it. Got more yardage. I don't know. But y'all, coach, quit while you behind. Well, I guess if I'm behind, I can't quit. Because I ain't going to never be last. Maybe I'm It's so funny that I'm thinking of 2-minute drill. Most people put speed in the game.
Listen, you said it earlier. Earlier in your conversation,
okay.
You said that we didn't have a speed receivers. You said that.
Yeah, but
you made that evaluation. You made that statement, and I agree with it. That's why it's like you want to put something into the game that we didn't have. We didn't have a speed receiver to put out there and just go blow by people.
I didn't ask you that, but I know that we had our receiver was faster than Bowman. That's what I'm asking you. You're going to tell me that the University of Miami can't put 4 wide receivers on the football field at one? Y'all like I'm asking for something crazy. The University of Miami couldn't produce 4 wide receivers on the field at one time? We got to stop this, dog.
I mean, of course, the team. Of course, we have receivers. We can put 4 receivers on the field at one time, but we seen it at some points during the year last year. That was at some points. But again, from a schematic standpoint, our offensive coordinator didn't throw down the field because our scheme had a quarterback. I hate to say this because the kid played pretty fairly well with a broken arm. Okay, with his arm not completely healed. We had a quarterback, coach. We had a quarterback whose game was not up for throwing deep passes.
The 2-minute drill, bro. I don't care about deep pass. I didn't say we had to throw it down the field. When you stretch the field, it opens stuff underneath. It's like when I'm talking, it's like y'all. I don't know how y'all missing my point. Remember, I said JoJo and them could run and knock their head off the back of the goalpost. That don't mean I'm throwing to him. That means I'm opening it up. Somebody got to go cover him. Now it's less people. Am I not make sense? Am I tripping?
No. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not tripping. But it's a good conversation. It's a good conversation piece. I think that the coaches recognize that we were lacking speed last year. I think the guys that they're bringing in this year, I don't know much about them, but from what I hear, they seem to have some speed associated with their game. Am I wrong? Am I out of sorts by saying that? I think that they all recognize that if we had what you're talking, the speed to open up the field the way we should have opened up the field, and a quarterback who I think now we have a quarterback who has enough precision that he can throw the ball downfield and make the defenses go, oh heck,
E. Brown,
this quarterback can throw.
E. Brown, are you watching the screen? I'm gonna show y'all something. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm looking at it.
You're gonna have about a 10-second delay because you're not watching it live. You're looking at it on the phone or computer or whatever, TV. With this picture you see right here on the screen, and I can't play it because I'm gonna play it, stop it, play it, stop it. This is a 4 wide receiver set, y'all. I want y'all to notice something. You see this guy right here that the arrow's on? Y'all see this guy right here?
Yeah, Bauman. Yeah,
I know. That's the tight end. I want you to see where he goes. Watch this. I'm gonna show you where he goes. He is outside here by the numbers. You can't even see him. That's him outside, all the way to the right by the numbers. You got CJ Daniels at the slot. You have CJ Daniels at the slot. Malachi at the third receiver. And you got Marion here at the tight slot. You're going to tell me that cornerback is scared of number 87 way out there. Nope. Watch this. Because I can only show the clips. Watch this. This is 87 again right here. He's going to go. Golly, I might just take the hit tonight. Look how he's going to widen out to a wide receiver spot. Look. This is him catching it. But we're talking about speed. So now when we talk about speed, different things can happen here. I'm not knocking that the kid caught it. But if it moves faster, guess what happens? He may have to make a decision. This is very simple, y'all. First of all, he ain't even ready. If he's running faster, this safety has to make a decision. It's cover 2. Let me go to the next one. Look, this is him. I'm not knocking this kid. I'm talking about speed. Look, he's going out here to be the X receiver by himself. By himself. Ain't block a damn soul. Look at this. Malachi Tony, he make a play. Go block somebody. Mother of Christ. Here he is again in the slot. Nobody's scared of this. Nobody's scared of this. There's nothing you can do. This nothing. Look at the safety. The safety don't even look. He just flat foot, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Look, there's no fear.
But if you, he's, what did he, what, on that play, what did Carson do?
Now this,
Did Carson
I
make
understand.
right?
Hold on. It's double tight end. I get it. I understand it. Nothing wrong with this. Outside zone, block it, touchdown, Malachi Tony. He should be in there for that. That's fair. Here we go. We back it again. He had the slot again. There's no fear. It goes to show you that there's no fear. I'm going to show you how lack of fear there is. They're going to use number 4 in the middle of the field. They're going to blitz this guy off the edge. The safety's way over the top. Number 4 is going to cover him from being over the tackle all the way out here. Watch this. Malachi got 2 dudes on him. Look. There's no fear of 87 hurting you. This is what I'm saying. They're talking about stretching the field. What a catch.
Well,
hold on. Here we go. Here we go again. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just running. Here we go again. At the slot. He's still running straight. Dude done caught the hitch already. Look. Ball out. Here's a perfect example of stretching it. Here's a perfect example. This is a slot fade with a hitch. That means that 87 will be running the fade route that this corner would have had to respect. He would have had to respect the speed on this. Look at it. He's not even worried about it. Why? This is cover 3. He can come back and tackle a hitch in cover 3. You hate me. You know you ain't supposed to tackle the hitch in cover 3. You hate me. You've been with your dog for a long time. There's no fear. None.
Well, in the same sense, can you say that Carson should have thrown the ball to 87? Because he's wide open for a touchdown.
No.
Well, look at the play. Go look at the play again, Coach.
Hold on. Let me get through this ad. State Farm, y'all owe me some money. Hold up. Who is this? Pizza Hut, y'all owe me some money too. Let's look at the play. Where's he open at?
No, go back to play.
I'll wait because I know you got to catch up.
Carson, now look, 87 is wide open for a touchdown. He throws the ball out to CJ Daddy.
Because they're responding to the throw. That's my point. That's why he's open, because the ball is already gone. They saw him throw it. But if I have speed to stretch that corner has to respect him being open right now. But because it's taking him so long to get there, I can respond to the hitch. Does this make sense what I'm saying? If he's running faster, if he's running faster, the corner that makes that tackle has to respect that.
I think he threw it too quick. He should have waited. He should have waited on his tight end to get open.
He could have, but I can't wait that long. I can't wait for him to get in the third gear. Cut this off or they give me a copyright. I can't wait forever. That's my whole point right there. I can't wait. And I'll go back and say this. I have a tight end that looks like a tight end, that plays like a traditional tight end, doing wide receiver things. Maybe that's my issue. In that scenario, in that particular scenario. You get where I'm going? In that particular scenario, I have a tight end running longer routes. You get where I'm going with that? Does that make sense? But who cares?
It makes perfect sense. I mean, listen, I get your point, but that's not what. Those weren't the assets that we had at the time. We had to go with what we had. We had to go with what we had at the time, and what we had at the time was a tight end who played the position or played that fourth receiver better than anybody who was on the sideline.
And that's a problem. And that, to me, now that's an issue. That you're going to tell me, and again, you know why I disagree with that? You're going to tell me that you'll play a guy like JoJo, you'll play a guy like Joshua Moore, or whoever else. And instead of putting them at the Z receiver, you would rather put our tight end at the outside of the trips. You just think about what I'm about to say to you, man. That 87 is that damn good that we're going to put him at the Z receiver, the number one on the trip side to the sideline, versus JoJo, who has played the number one Z receiver before. Then if that's the case, then I do question development. I question development then. If that's the case,
you can't go there, Coach.
Sir, we have played 16 games. 16 games. And you're going to tell me a second year JoJo is not prepared to run a vertical? Come on, dog. Y'all got to miss me with this. JoJo Trader is not a true freshman. Malachi Tony's the true freshman. JoJo is a second-year guy. And he can't run the route. Forget JoJo. Like you hate me say, he got off the field issue, whatever. Fine. Somebody, anybody, go get a frat dude out the gamma house that's got some speed.
Well, with that said, then Uncle Luke's point was dead on it then. If you put it that way.
That's all. You gonna tell me
the development was a drawback. Then Luke's point was dead on it.
I'm not saying development is a drawback. What I'm saying is, based on what you just told me, was that if Bowman in that situation is better than our fourth wide receiver, then I believe there's a development issue, because there's no way in the world that our number one tight end, I would have rather put Marty Brown out there. just to stretch the field, if that's what we're going to do. I'm just saying. Because I've seen them put Mark Fletcher out there. I don't like that either. But at some point, we're going to put the tight end at the number one wide receiver and at the X by himself. Come on. Y'all got to miss me with that.
I think our quarterback prevented us from doing what you wanted to do. I think our quarterback play prevented that.
The quarterback has nothing.
That's what I'm
Sir,
saying.
the quarterback has nothing to do with that. You could put all tight ends on the field. You could put all running backs on the field. The quarterback has nothing to do with who's out there. Again, I'm not asking him to throw in the ball. We're talking about stretching the field. When I say stretching the field, meaning moving guys through your speed. They're going to have.
I get that. But when the opportunity presents itself, you got to have a quarterback who can get the ball to the guy if he happens to get open. We didn't have that. That proved to be the last play of the game.
If Carson Beck got paid $4 million and he can't throw the ball 50 yards, I could throw the ball 50 yards, and I ain't no damn quarterback. 50 yards is not a throw.
Well,
you're in the NFL. You're an NFL prospect.
If you were 22, 23-year-old young man, you could throw the football. Then of course we would have paid you $4 million to play for us.
No.
But unfortunately,
I'm only talking about the
best player, the best option he had was to put in there as a quarterback was Carson Beck, and he did a fantastic job as far as I'm concerned. But on that play and on those and throughout the year, he couldn't open the field up for us, coach.
I get that, but you're not helping it either. If you would have had, for example, right here, Kendrick says Lofton would have been in the slot if he wasn't hurt. I agree with that, but he's hurt. So guess what? In this particular situation, I get the playbook says TE, so the tight end is supposed to be there. But in this situation, can you scratch out TE and put a damn YSV? I don't care what letter you want to put there. Put an F for fast, motherfucker. FM, fast mofo. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about that. I've been on here an hour and 48 minutes talking about that foolishness.
I mean, your viewership.
No, because I'm gonna tell you something.
Where's your numbers? Your numbers are. Where's your numbers?
We only got 52 people in. But here's what I'm gonna tell you: why I know they can make a change. You know why I know they can make a change? Because you know who was in on that last drive. What running back was in on that last drive?
Mark Fletcher.
Nope. No, he was not. Marty Brown was the running back in on the last drive because he pass protects better than Mark Fletcher. See how that works? See, they didn't just put a running back of Mark Fletcher the starter. Remember, Marty Brown pass protects better than Mark Fletcher, and that is a fact.
I don't think that's correct, Coach.
Okay, not a problem.
I saw Mark Fletcher.
Nope, I got the video.
I saw Mark Fletcher.
Nope, I got the video right here. I'll surely show it to you. Watch this. Let me take this down. Here we go. I got the video right here. Just because y'all love me so much, I'm going to show y'all. Do me a favor. This is not the last drive now. That's Mark Fletcher out there. Let's go to the last drive.
I see number 4 right there.
I know that's 8 minutes left in the game. Let's go to the last drive. Here we are. A minute. Watch this now. Malachi Tony scored. A minute 25. It's 1st and 10. Who's out there? Number 6. You'll see it in about 3, 2, 1.
I see it.
Okay, let's go to the next play. Number 6. Number 6, 2nd and 3. Number 6. Number 6. Timeout. Guess who back out there? Number 6. See, that's maybe a guy that says, hey, number 6 is a better pass block. The game is on the line, and your starting running back is not out there. Why? Because we ain't looking to run the ball. Who is our best pass protector? Number 6.
But didn't Mark Fletcher get hurt?
No, Mark Fletcher
In
gave
that
up that
last
sack
series?
earlier. He gave up that sack earlier. And he's given up a couple sacks, and it's okay. It's part of, but that's why you have guys who do some things just a little bit better. And that's your interception. Speaking of that, let's see what 87 does right here to stretch the damn field. Because he's sure looking this way. Everybody talking about Malachi Tony's open. Look at this. Look how long it takes them to stretch this to get this out. He's in a break. 87 just getting to the break.
You're getting the ball right there, coach.
Yeah.
You're giving the ball right there, right now. CJ is open, and so is Bauman.
Yeah, but
he goes.
Yeah, but what you misunderstand?
The quarterback goes to the direction where they got it covered.
Yeah, but what you're missing is the pre-snap told him to watch this. Pre-snap told him he saw this guy move in the middle of the field, right? He looked over, watch his head, because I know you're behind. Watch him. He's going to look at the safety right there. He's seeing him, right? He's standing right on the 226. He looked one more time. He moved right in the middle of the numbers. And pre-snap said, guess what? It's 3-on-2. And if he's going to stay here, I'm going to throw this ball up the sideline, 1-on-1, 50-50 ball. And he did it wrong. Look at this. He turned the bell and he came back. And the kid right up underneath. Hey, you just want to argue tonight, don't you? Hate me. Call in. Mark is a better pass blocker. No, sir. Mark Fletcher is not a better pass blocker than Marty Brown, dog. You got to stop this.
That was just a bad. That play right there. That last play was interception. That was just a bad pass. Man.
Now I agree with you. He is a better pass catcher.
Bad pass.
He is a better pass catcher, but Marty Brown is a better pass blocker in there. Marty's a better pass blocker in that situation. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, shout out to J Mo's in the building. Yeah, he said, yes, call in, you hate me. Because I think you hate me. That's my dog, man. That's my boy, man. That's the one and only. That's the dude that used to be upstairs. You hear me always talk about the guy be upstairs calling the stuff in the box? You ever heard me talk about that? No, seriously.
I hear you talking about that.
That's what this is.
I hear you talking about.
No, but that's what this is. You hate me. That's him right there. That's him right here. That my dog used to be in the box shooting information. That's him right here.
The guy in the box is a little insignificant. That's another insignificant thing, Coach. I don't think we need no guy in the box.
Okay. All right. Everybody got. It's so funny how stuff has been working for years and decades in this game. And all of a sudden, we don't need it. You like the dude that go to IKEA? No, you like the dude. Listen,
eliminated the use of it, though.
You are like the dude that goes to IKEA.
You can have a tablet on the sideline looking at the plays in the sky.
You
same thing the guy in the
wait a
box
minute.
did.
You are Brown. You are the dude that goes to IKEA and you got like 6 screws left over and be like, I don't need them. You just throw them over your shoulder. Oh, hold on. I think I got a hot one on the line right now. I'm gonna add you in too. I'm gonna add you in here with the loquacious E. Brown. This better be my dog. This you hate me? Is this you hate me?
What's up? No, it's the one and only Playboy.
What's up with you, dog?
And man,
hey, first of all, give him up under them covers, man. Give them up under them covers, because there's only two kind of people in this world. Who are they?
Hey, man.
Men that do what?
First of all, I know you about. My first thought you're going to say it's only two kinds of people: these patriots and the other people that she used to say.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's only two kind of people, but there's only two kind of men in this world.
We gonna play American on Wednesday, Playboy, and I'm gonna run the score up on them just for you.
I appreciate it. Do your business. Give them that work.
Hey, man. Let me just put it like this, man.
Man,
you ain't answered that question yet. Did we move the ball down the field in that 2-minute drive? Yes or no? That's a simple question.
Yes, we did. But here's what I'm asking.
Okay.
No, but here's what I'm asking you. You tell me yes or no. And you've been watching. Apparently now you've been watching. I even finna get a copyright just because you my dog. I'm finna get demonetized tonight. And that's okay. Would you, coach, would that be your personnel packaging in the last 2 minutes of the game? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, man. You got to get that Cricket Wireless, man. Hang that thing up.
Yeah, no. There's two reasons why it's low like that. Either he got a bad cold, or he can't talk loud because his wife telling him he can't.
That's what I told him. Hey, my dog told me, and you've heard me say it on the show. It's only two kind of men. Hey, men run around their house and men who run their house. I don't know which one he is. He got mighty quiet real quick.
I just listen.
And man, there's only two types of men: men that run their house and men that run around their house. I run my house.
Okay, I hear you talking. You talking. Hey, Forbes, we done had a lot of guys. Listen, hold on. I'm just gonna tell you something. We had quite a few people.
I wear the polos. Okay.
Listen, you might wear the polos.
Coach Brown over there sounding like he wear the Vidal Sassoons. You know what?
Hey, Forbes. Now listen, we done had quite a few people call in on this show. One dude called from Mississippi. He talked that trash. That guy bust in with that frying pan, was busting him upside his head live. Now you wear the polos, you say tonight, but don't call me tomorrow talking about you got them old nose on. Old no is all bad.
Oh man.
Nah, but for real though, seriously, I'm just saying. I was asking you about a packaging. You know, if you're in a 2-minute drill, I'm just saying. If I'm looking at this, and the thing about Indiana, because I saw your comment about A and B, Indiana does not personnel swap, meaning if you got 11 personnel, they bring in a linebacker. If you got 10 personnel, they bring in a new. They have who they have. They only rotated 13 guys on defense, and 2 of those guys were probably D linemen, maybe all 3 of them. So
okay,
what I'm saying to you is, regardless of who you brought in, their defensive packaging was going to stay the same. So what my whole point was, did we move the ball down the field, to your question? Yes, we did. I'm just talking about when people move faster, other things may happen where you may create something. Like as a DB, as a DB, you see slew foot tight end out there. Are you worried about getting your back pedal at the X receiver? No,
you stand flat. But now, and you have a point there. That is something where you're saying the personnel. But we have proof. We have the Louisville game. We have the SMU game. When UM was behind, did they change to a 4 wide receiver, or did they leave those tight ends on the field?
I had that same concern then. That was my whole point.
Okay.
Yes.
But they moved down the field. With that's something they're very comfortable in. They moved down the field. In each one of those games, they got down the field.
Okay.
So I agree. I hear you saying what we would do if that's you would have had something speed. Whatever they got going on, they're still getting down the field.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%.
They're still getting down the field. So I'm saying, so now we're telling the team to make a change just to change. I can see if it's not working. The times we were behind, we still got down the field with that tight end. So why are they changing?
Maybe I'm trying to win, dog. And speed is a real thing. In the words of Coach Jism, hey,
I get we're trying to win, but and another thing, in each one, well, that'll be the Louisville game, the SMU, the Indiana, the 3 losses.
The 3 losses. Thank you, sir.
Wait. We got down the field. Are we saying we lost that game because of the tight end being on the field?
No, but we could have won. Maybe. See, we talking about what if? What if?
Okay, I seen JoJo Trader on the field in that SMU game and nonchalantly bat that ball up in the air, and they take that back foot and they run back, almost get a touchdown.
And guess what? But he also the one who scored one, and we ain't see him no more after that game. Come on,
no. We seen him with that nonchalant, and then we seen him go out there and miss a block or run a half-fast route. And we ain't seeing them. I want to put the man personal business out there, but the man got some more field stuff. I would have went more to Joshua Moore, but JoJo. Now y'all can miss me with that JoJo.
But here's what I'm gonna tell you then, Ford. I get it, but this is what I'm not understanding. If I have off the field issues, whatever that may be, that's not my concern. Then why still play me? Why put me on the field? Because he still played significant. I won't say significant, but he played a lot more than Joshua Moore did. He definitely played way more than Ray. He played more than NASCAR. He played more than Johnson. What I'm saying is, if he has a deficiency, I'll leave it like that. Then what lesson are you teaching me if you're constantly playing me? Yeah, I may not be getting the ball, but then what about the dudes like Josh Moore that go in and did score, and maybe he doesn't have an off-the-field issues? I'm not advocating for a particular player. I was advocating for a faster player. That's what I'm advocating. I don't care who it was. It could have been you. It could have been the dude at the frat house just got off the keg. I don't care. I was just looking for a faster dude to play. But go ahead.
Right. And I got you on your faster dude. And I said that is probably going in the 2 minute. That is something I would have did. But to their credit, in each instance to where you would have needed a 2 minute drill, they got down the field. So until you could show me what was the detriment, there is none. They got down the field with plenty of time to do what they needed to do.
Anyway,
the one detriment I'm going to keep saying this is it was our quarterback. Our quarterback cost those games. It was our quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because wait. I would give you the LS. I will give you the Louisville game. Although Louisville did not score off of any of those turnovers. Only thing it did is it stopped us from scoring. Right. Louisville didn't score off of any of those turnovers that he did. So, and I also think people don't like to hear it. We nitpick. That was not our defense's best effort in that Louisville game. That on Indiana. We had some horrible angles and missed tackles. I haven't seen the defense. Now, maybe we didn't come out and he was mixing stuff up. Also because of Lucas, the bullshit suspension or BS suspension before he had to sit out the first half. Lucas. Mm-hmm. So that played a lot of part there. But come on, that championship game there, I got to look at. The defense could have got off the field in some situations. We didn't. Things that we normally did, we didn't. The penalties reared their ugly heads again, as they say. Special teams. I mean, we all love Malachi. Hey, bad man. You know the number one rule. Yeah, they blocked the punt. You know the number one rule. Don't field anything. You put your feet on that 10-yard line, that ball over your head, you let it go into the end zone. There you go. We're not in that situation for the block punt. Malachi doesn't feel that. I know I don't see these clips and stuff over they were setting up the fake punt. All that could sound nice. It didn't happen. I don't feel that ball that goes over my head at the 10.
There you go. But didn't they score on that doing that drive though?
No, they blocked the punt. We went 3-0. They blocked the punt. They blocked the punt and got the touchdown.
Yeah, true. That's right.
And here's what I'm gonna say. But here I'll just say this piece too. But to that very point, and I think that's anyway. Let me skip that. Indiana. I'm gonna tell you what happened in my opinion. Indiana game. We finally got exposed defensively. I think they did a very good job of RPOing the corner. I talked about this in the good, bad, and ugly.
I seen you doing that with Street. I seen.
Yeah, but they did.
I can agree with that.
But they also did a good job. We didn't give them different looks. I don't care if Xavier Lucas was out there. I don't care if O'Connor was there. What I'm saying is, you can still give me a press bail. Look, come on now, for you, DB. You could press a dude and still play cover 3 and bail out of there. The only reason he threw the quick outs because we were lined 10 yards up. All he did was wait. You took one back pedal off. He gonna throw the quick out. There was times y'all ain't covering number 2. I ain't even got time to fake it to run. I'm just throwing. They literally took what they gave us because we were lining up so pretty in it. There was no disguise. There was no disguise too high, and he rolled down late. We knew it was one high. The safety sitting perfectly in the middle of the field, and we had either poison or whatever already down there by the linebackers. So Mendoza already knew you can't come from linebacker depth and be over the top. It's impossible. It's impossible.
That is true.
So what I'm saying is we played it so vanilla defensively. I think throughout the year, we beat a lot of people athletically. Now, one thing I'll give Corey Heatherman a lot of credit to, we did get to the ball. We created turnovers. We did a beautiful. But when you got to that game, they watched, them people you got 2 weeks, they watched every game, all the footage. They probably went all the way back to Minnesota, JMU, and he worked with the dude too. I don't think that neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is he knew to RPO it. Then when we gave a different look, we almost could have picked 60 with O'Connor. We gave an off look and we jumped it. We played cover 2 and he jumped it. He just was a hair late. Like you see what I'm saying?
Late.
Wasn't the game plan kind of similar to Louisville's? And Louisville played us. I mean, because Bell, the wide receiver from Louisville, Bell, he killed us. I just think it was just a similar type game plan.
I would say that Louisville, but I would say in that Louisville game, we missed too many. We tackled poorly.
Yeah.
We tackled poorly in that Louisville game. It was like 3rd and 14 for things, and they're throwing the little screen pass, and they're like we came out flat. I don't like them Friday night games on the college and all of that there, but it just seemed like we came out flat. And saying all of that, it was still like the Indiana game. What Louisville had 21 points or 20. Oh, yeah. It ain't like they went out there and still. You get what I'm saying? It was just.
Yeah, we made plays. Listen, we made plays.
Yeah.
And to that credit, all of that happened. All of them RPOs happened, and we still only gave up 10 points in the first half. What I'm saying, as much as we gave up, and as much room on the field we gave up with the RPOs, we still only gave up 10 points. We were never out. Right, when we came out of the half, we scored. We were only down by 3. It was 10-7 at the beginning of the third. But when I say we got exposed, meaning
but saw what also now in that exposure, you got to. I mean, it was a lot of injuries. Frederick still was injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still didn't have Damari Brown. Fitzgerald didn't play that. Fitzgerald was injured.
No, Fitzgerald played, didn't he? He played.
Coach, he didn't play that much there, Coach.
Okay, he may not have played that much, but
he didn't play much. I mean, there's some off the field stuff I just know, but Fitzgerald didn't play much in that game, man.
No, I get it. But again, I'm just looking at.
So I'm just saying what the defense. No, I get the looks and everything, but sometimes your hands are handcuffed to where I have to do this because now I'm what I'm working with.
Forbes, stop that. I'm talking about a look. I'm talking about, bro, show press and bail. We talking about we was doing that at New Orleans, dog. You stop it. And I mean right now. We talking about 2 weeks to prepare. And you're going to tell me a college kid with $75,000 worth of jewelry around his neck can't play press bail? Like they can't give me, they can't line one way?
I understand you can play press bail, but it's certain people in certain situations. I know you could play press bail when you got Omar Mazza and Chris Forbes and Keon and all that nice
and
stuff.
None of them was recruited by
but
Miami.
No. I'm just saying, just using the high school level.
No, I get it.
Some of them was injured, and then you had to go to, I don't know, Jeremy Peerview or something like that and put up. You're going to change up. Hey, I might show up, but hey, I ain't finna do it that much with this clown out here. I'm going to put him at 7 yards back, son, and just play 7 yards off. They're going to have to slow kill me before I let you go out there and give up the big play, and they just one strike kill me.
So you're going to tell me I saw O.J. Frederick out there, veteran.
You seen him out there. Then you seen him leave that game too, Coach.
Yeah, after when he stepped down on that ankle, but we talking about a look. We talking about a look. Y'all got to stop this.
Right. That was OJ at the beginning, but I mean in that first half, when you ain't have Zay and you ain't have Lucas, Coach, you were changing a lot of stuff. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying there's certain things you're going to pick your poison and just do certain things at certain times. That's human nature. Although I recruited, I might not think you're ready for it. And you ain't get enough stripes in. You ain't get enough to where I'm trusting you to go do this right here.
I think that's what it was. I don't think they.
Bro, Ethan O'Connor is a red shirt sophomore. That means he's his third year of college. He was in his third year of college. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's that?
Ethan O'Connor, number 24, the cornerback.
Oh, 24, O'Connor. Yeah. Coach O'Connor played a good game to me, Coach.
Football, man.
Coach, I mean,
I don't know why people.
No, y'all missing my point. I'm not complaining.
He played good.
The back shoulder fade. And I think Peter Warwick and them boys make a lip. You can know what's coming.
But you want to know why?
Like you said, if I got a good quarterback, you got a corner, I have to respect you going by me.
And
I throw that back shoulder. Hey, you got me. That was a hell of a catch by the wide receiver. There's no defense for a better offense. You know that.
Listen, y'all missed my point. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying, we're talking about guys. These are veteran guys. O'Connor's a third-year guy. O.J. Frederick out there. Xavier Lucas when he comes back. What I'm saying, we ain't talking about true freshmen. These are third-year guys in college. And again, the reason they threw the back shoulder fade is because you're showing press and they now know you're in complete man. Versus you could play off man. You could play press man. You had to keep Mendoza guessing. That's what made it harder. If you played off and gave that cover 3 look, he would have never thrown the back shoulder fade. Why? Because he's thinking you in zone. But if you go up in his face, watch every back shoulder fade was thrown when O'Connor went in his face and smelled his breath, back shoulder fade, right? Guess what? When he played off, what they did, RPO and through the quick out or through the hitch. That's my point. I'm not knocking.
Okay, but
I'm not saying
that last back shoulder, first of all, we gonna give some respect to Decker, because I mean that's a grown man.
Of course.
What is he, a 5th-year senior or a 6th-year senior?
Of course.
No, I'm saying we know our defense and we know how our defense get down. That last one he threw, that was on 3rd and 14, 3rd. You're right. You could have gave a different look, but then you also know I'm throwing that because I'm expecting my D-line and everybody to get home because I'm finna play press, and I'm telling you that this pressure is coming. You ain't finna have time to throw it. That's you with the Eagle call or the Raven defense. But you used to call. If I got you in long, I'm coming. And hey, you.
No, I agree with you. But what I'm telling you is we knew, and we had talked about it on this show and every show, the back shoulder fade. The back shoulder fade, one of the hardest things to stop. And what we realize is dictated and predicated on your alignment. They don't call the back shoulder fade to call it. It's an adjustment call. When you press, we're going to throw the back shoulder fade. If you bail off, we're going to throw it. It's an option route. If you bailed out, we're gonna throw the quick out or the hitch, right? If you what you call it, if you press, we're gonna throw the back shoulder fade. I'm not taking nothing away from the wide receiver in the phenomenal catches they made. What I'm saying is, as coaches, we got to help our kids and our players get the advantage. If you, bro, again, I'm a dude sitting on a YouTube channel. I don't have all 22 vision cuts. I got YouTube angles. They got sky cam, left, right, end zone, up, down, side. They got 100 different views. And if I'm a dude that's only taking YouTube cuts of this and can see this, come on. That's all. You get where I'm going? Like, they got to be able to.
I get what you're going.
And at making $8 million a year, you better. You better. I'm saying that at making $8 million a year, they should be able to figure that out. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I mean, I get you because I think in one of my group chats that I'm in, one of the guys, his whole thing, I forget his name, but he said, anytime Indiana gets in long situations or tight, they're going to Decker. That's what he's looking for. So, I mean, if, like you said, me, you, and we could sit down and break down film and know that on third and anything third and long, they're going to Decker. Then a man who's getting $8 million a year, he should have something on to where we're bracketing and we're taking this away. We know third and long, that is your security blanket. So,
but not even that, not even the fact it's your security blanket, it's how you're going to Decker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's how. Here's a perfect. I just put this up. I don't know if you guys can see this. It might be a 10-second delay because we're on the phone versus the video. Here's a perfect example.
No, I had to turn mine off because my Bluetooth wasn't working. Y'all couldn't hear me, so I'm just talking straight on the phone.
So
I can see it. I can see it on the television. 13
is to your left right now. That's OJ Frederick on the 30, right? He's looking at, if you look at Mendoza's head right now, he's looking at OJ Frederick pre-snap. Right? Watch this. OJ backs up. He's still looking. I know, but just follow me. He's backing up. He RPO. He don't even stick the ball in there good. 13 already knows that's an option route. He's going to bend that thing off. It's 1st and 10. He barely stuck that in his belly, and he knows to throw the quick out right now. All I'm saying is, because we don't give them a particular look, they know that. Let's skip to the next one. I'm just going to show it to you randomly. Let's go to the next one. Let's just see. Here's an empty look right here. They don't even have a guy in the backfield. Right? Thank God he got hit. He got hit, though. I just want to show you the option routes here, how they look. Right? Trying to get to the where you can say it. This view is terrible. I already knew that was a run. And we talked about that in the TV. Lord have mercy, we saw that. I'm trying to see that option route you were telling me. Where was that? Here you go, right here. This is it. Here go one right here, Ford. I don't know if you can see it. Look, you showed me right now you're in cover 3. There's a guy in the middle of the field. Your guy's bailing out of here. Watch 80. Just throw the quick out. Just throw it. It's there. Right? Okay. But this is the goal line stuff. You talking about, look at this. Man, Mark Fletcher outran all them dudes. That's crazy. Bro, they RPO'd us to death. I already lost the video. So.
Well, man. You got to move on to the next sheet, Coach. 12-0.
No, I know. But all I'm just saying is that we saw this. This was not hard. Like, what they did was not rocket science, dog. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Appreciate you, Rocky. It really wasn't. True. It really, I mean, bro, I'm sitting here looking and I want to talk about this real quick. E. Brown. Oh, I got a dude on the line. My bad, man. Anonymous. Who's anonymous on the line? Talk to me.
Yo, what up? This is Michael Swerving.
Oh, Lord, Swerving. All right, Swerving. Talk real quick. I want to say this part. E. Brown thinks that the man upstairs is not a big deal, right? Forbes, talk to me. Do you think the eye in the sky is a big deal?
Do I think he's what?
Before Ford gives an answer, I'm gonna say, you said it in your chat with Ford just now. You said that you as a YouTuber, you have a video look at the field from a YouTuber standpoint. But on the field, they have it from the sky, from the side, from the top. That is the same viewpoint you have when you put somebody in the skybox.
I like
the same viewpoint.
I'm glad you said that. I'll let him answer first. But if you don't mind, I want to play this for you right quick, Ford. I want you to hear this. I don't know if you saw this already or not. I think this is important. Let me add this right quick. I want you to hear this. So I think so.
Okay.
That person upstairs is important. That's your spotter. That is your spotter. The sniper, follow me now, Hurricane Pete. The sniper gets all the credit, but the spotter is the brains behind the operation. The spotter is telling you how far it is, the wind, the crosswind, right? The Coriolis effect, if you get that far. Come on, talk to me, somebody, if y'all know what I'm talking about. The spotter is doing all the calculations. You are just a trigger puller. You can control your breathing and you let it go. Pow. But he is giving you all the data you need to be successful. But the spotter never gets the love. That guy is, if not more important than the actual shooter. And it's the same thing with the play caller. The person that's giving you the data and the information is more important than the play caller. The call's on your sheet. You already got it labeled. 1st and 10, I want to call that. 3rd and 8, I want to call this. You just need the information so you can make the call. Talk to me, somebody.
Your Vince Lombardi speech is great. Your Vince Lombardi spotter and shoe speech is great. But you got to remember one thing, though. The spotter is using technology. That's why the sideline, on the sideline, they're using technology to take the spotter, the shooter's position out.
Yeah, but
the technology is on the sideline. When you can utilize the technology to do.
Yeah, but I don't think you understand how that. Okay, let me do it. Forbes, I'm gonna let you answer, and then I'm gonna respond because I think E. Brown is not understanding that the technology and what I'm talking about. And I don't know what you're about to say, Forbes. So whatever you're gonna say, you say it, and then I'll respond to that. What's your point?
Speaking on because I'm on the high school level. The spotter, I'm up in that booth. I ain't got all that technology. I ain't got cameras and all of these things here. What I have to do, what Coach Hayes put me onto, I'm looking at it. I'm creating a hit chart because from the sideline it's very hard to see when you're moving which hole. I'm looking at what they're attacking, the A gap, the B gap, the C gap, and that could get pretty confusing, A and the B, especially when you're on the sideline there. I'm looking at tendencies, down and distance. Hey, 3rd and 10, they like to go shallow, although it's a long distance. They're always going to the right. They're going to the out routes. I'm giving you the formations. I'm doing things like this here. He's correct. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm most important, but I think the spotter and that DC, they're working hand in hand because, like he said, that DC. If I'm yelling out this information, hey, they got this personnel on the field. I'm telling you, they like to attack the A gap on this situation right here, boom, boom, boom. Now, like he said, he has a play sheet right there for him to make the calls then. Okay, it's 3rd and 10, that's their long. You're telling me they like to go I'm just going to say they like to go to the flats. what's my defense to where I'm covering the flats and I'm also got something protecting the A gap in case they try to draw me or something like this. So, I mean, the technology, depending on where you're at, but still, even with all this technology, you got to look. I got to spew all of this information out and calling for him to change personnel if it's not the right personnel on the field, and you get 25 seconds. I got to get all of that to him within 10 to 12 seconds.
Thank you.
Because we got to shuffle, run that personnel out there, and then he has to make that call. You get what I'm saying? So, right, I'm up there. I might.
Right, and here's my response. But here's my response. There's two things that's not been talked about. Once that technology is only good after the drive is over, Ebron. You've never seen a guy on the iPad when he calling the play. Never. You see him sitting on the bench looking at the iPad, looking at the plays. It helps me for the next drive, not the current drive. It helps me.
Well, the spotter, I mean, the guy in the box can't control the play with his emotion.
No, but he's telling you, he's talking.
He got to wait. He's got to do it either preset or after it's over with.
Okay, you're missing the point.
What happened?
You heard what Ford just said. He has the view. He can see the personnel running on. He's looking at the tendency from the sideline. I can't tell you, did he hit that A gap or B gap? I can't tell you, did they pin and pull me? I can't see that from the sideline on the opposite side of the field. The guy upstairs is looking at that. What route combination did they run? Corey Heatherman is not looking at an iPad at the last play to be like, oh, that's what they ran? Well, okay. No, that information is being deciphered upstairs by personnel. Now, my second point.
Also, let me jump in there also, because Corey Heatherman, like you saying, like what you would like to do sometime, you could say they're running an 11 set. He's looking at, okay, that's two backs in the backfield. I'm up in the top. I'm saying, whoa, that ain't your regular two back. They got Malachi at the fullback position.
Thank you.
That changes a whole lot of stuff than when you're just saying regular 11 personnel. I could see that from up there. What he's looking at is two backs, tight end, two receivers. He ain't seeing that personnel that, whoa, right. That's number 10 at the fullback. That ain't your regular fullback. Right. That's not what they're keyed on. They're keyed on form personnel and what do I put out there for that personnel.
Right.
I'm up in that booth. So I'm telling you, hey, they just ran it like how you just said, because I know we used to have a big rivalry when we left over to Jackson and we went to New Orleans. They used to sit there. Their key thing was, he's just telling you, they moved their wide receiver to that tight end spot. You normally looking, okay, regular tight end. No, that ain't a regular tight end. That's the damn wide receiver sitting at that tight end spot. And he gonna get missing if you got a linebacker, because he's on too fast for that linebacker or the safety.
Thank you.
So you got to say all of that. And like I'm saying, I got to decipher that to him. Actually, we got 25 seconds. I got to tell him all that within 10 seconds while they're coming in the field and breaking the huddle, so that he making sure he got everything correct. So we at least got 5 to 6 seconds to play with if we need to audible or shift something around to make sure everything is on that field. So, yeah, it ain't as simple as it might seem.
Right, and I'll say this. Remember we played MacArthur, our first year for, they brought number 87.
Mm-hmm.
He only ran the corner route, dog. That's it. When 87 came in, they put him at tight end, and he only ran the corner route. Well, if nobody's upstairs looking at that, I won't see 87 come in. He's mixed in the bunch. You see what I'm saying? That's why and now I'm gonna say this other piece to other people that's not really understanding why I'm saying it. Because I trust Forbes, I'm gonna trust the information. If I didn't respect Forbes from a football acumen or from whatever, he could tell me all that and I'll just ignore it. He's just a guy upstairs. But because we had the relationship and understanding one another, that's why I say when coaches get hired, this is why they want to bring their people with them. Because they understand the communication is different. I'll tell you to the now, Forbes didn't work at Jackson. They used to get hot. He used to come to Jackson. I might be telling on you, dog. My bad, but I'm making my point.
Yes.
He wasn't. This dude wasn't even on the football. He wasn't even on the coaching staff at Jackson. He show up on game day with some sunflower seeds and go upstairs in the booth. Am I lying? And Forbes, am I lying?
That's what I did.
Forbes, am I lying?
No.
Forbes ain't never come to one Jackson practice. But on game day, he take his behind upstairs. I give him a Jackson shirt to wear, and he sit in the booth because our communication was so good. That's what I'm trying. I trusted what he was telling me, and what he said, I could convey it to the player. And so what I'm saying to you is, when you look at our team, there's not one position coach that I know of that is in the booth. They're all on the sideline, plus analysts. So it is people upstairs. I don't want to keep harping on the people like, hey, coach, let it go. There are.
I was going to ask that question. I was going to ask that question. I mean, would you say you want the offensive defensive coordinator in the skybox? Is that what you're saying?
No, hold on, Ebron. Let me finish the point and I'll tell you.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there are people upstairs, but I don't believe there's a trusted voice upstairs, offensively and defensively and special teams wise. That's why certain things get away from us, like not running outside zone when it's wide open all game for the Natty, when it's been there all year, when we ask question after question, why you keep running inside? And when we find, if you think about the Natty, we scored both times outside zone. Malachi Tony, it was a jet sweep, but technically it was outside zone blocking. And you go look at you look at Mark Fletcher, pop the outside right off tackle for 57 yards. Every time we ran off tackle, we got positive yards, except one play, we got half a yard. And I'm not saying we got to do that all game, but I don't believe there's a trusted voice. Here's my second thing, and I'll answer your question.
Hold on, let me jump in there very quick, because when it's almost answering his question, most coaches will want their DC or OC up in the booth. Coach, we coached under Coach Dunn. He wanted Coach Hayes up in that booth. He wanted that DC. Me and Coach Hayes got into that. We built the relationship to where he could trust and know what I'm telling him, what was going on, to where then Coach Dunn would say, okay, you can stay down on the sideline because you have somebody up there who is looking and has your best interests at heart and telling you what's going on. It would be almost like if it wouldn't make no difference if Coach Hayes was up there in the booth or down there, because he was going to get the same information. He would have been seeing the same thing I'm seeing. There was no need for both of us to be up there. So yes, that person, but most coaches will tell you they prefer their DC up in the booth. If I'm correct, at one point, Sean, Dawson used to be up in the booth for the Hurricanes, if I'm correct. Well, we had one, and then he came down. Then he came down to the sideline.
Josh Gaddis did that. It was Josh Gaddis. But to me, and even OCs, but even offensive coordinators are typically, and again, I'm not knocking anybody. The reason I didn't like going in the booth because I felt like I was away from my player. I couldn't convey my message to them when we huddled them up. Right? That was important. That was important to me. But when Forbes gave me information, I could convey that easier. On the reverse side, offensively, it's more like a video game, right? Coordinators ain't talking to the O-line. They don't really care. They want to talk to the quarterback. And you can do that via phone or whatever, especially in college. That's why you see a lot of OCs upstairs in college, because they can see everything. They can see the blitz pattern. They can see the stunts. They get all that kind of information, and they got the best view, right? And the only person they want to talk to is the quarterback. That's it. So if it's me, if I'm a Hurricane and Shannon Dawson is hell bent on being downstairs, fine, I'm not going to ever fight you. Then you need to put your receiver coach upstairs, right? Because I need to be able to see the route patterns, and I need you to tell me what the defense is being played on the far side of the field. Are they playing cover two? Are they squatting? Are they playing two read, two palm? What are they doing on the far side that I can't see? And if I'm a DC like Corey Hefman, I want my DB coach upstairs. Why? Why do I want my DB coach upstairs? There's two people I want upstairs, my DB coach, and maybe if it's not my D-line coach, maybe the assistant D-line coach, because I need to be able to tell the pass protection. Those are two vital things to be successful on defense. What are the route combinations and how are they blocking us? I could tell what coach, they ran outside. I saw them run outside. I don't need nobody else there to tell me they ran off tackle. I need somebody to tell me how they ran off tackle. Coach, they cracked it in. They did this, blah, 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 blah. I can't see that 53 1/3 away. Coach, they ran the ball up the middle. I saw that. How? They short trap me? Did they double team and climb? I can't see that when there's 22 bodies flying around.
And you can't trust the players because if they know they made a mistake, every player is going to say, oh, they sent two people at me. Hell, they sent two people at me.
Hey, Four, you remember
they
that?
double team me.
They double team me.
Everybody ain't getting double team on the play.
Hold on, Four. You remember that? Who we was playing? The dude like, I said, hey, what they doing to you? They double team me, coach. All right, what they do? This D lineman, what they doing? Coach, I'm getting double team. Damn, what they doing to you? Coach, they double team me too. Damn, what they got 10 old linemen out there? Because in their mind, it may just be a chip block, but in their mind, they double team. That's why you can't trust players, dog. Because they don't see what you see. Because again, they're in a helmet and they getting their head knocked off.
Interesting. I mean, it's an interesting conversation to hear both of y'all talk, coach talk.
Yeah.
Give me a better perspective of some of the things I see. Because earlier this year, I was looking at on ESPN, I was looking at a college football episode where they talked about offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. But they said all 134 teams had the offensive and defensive coordinators on the sideline. Mm-hmm. You know, I heard that doing one of those college football analytic type shows I was looking at.
I don't think it's that.
That's how we used to do it back in the day.
You know?
Yeah, I don't think it's that many because you see every game they're gonna show people upstairs. So it's one or the other. And again, I'm not mad that our guys are downstairs. I don't care. I'm saying we need a trusted voice upstairs to talk to them. That's all I'm saying. Because
I think you remember the Ole Miss game? Mm-hmm. And I knew he was the Ole Miss when what's the running back?
Fletcher?
No, Ole Miss running back.
Ole Miss. Oh, he got hurt.
Kewan Lacey.
I can't remember his name.
Kewan
Lacey. But you remember when he scored? And I knew it because I'm looking from right here. Yeah, it was Blade or Scott. They slid over just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And everybody got on him. And the linebacker overran, it was the Saint. I think he took one step over. But like Heatherman even came back and said, and we jumped on him. But then when they looked at him, we had to apologize. Did you see how skinny Lacey got when he got to that hole and then straightened up? It was just like, hey, from where I looked at, you're supposed to be in this gap, you're supposed to be in this gap. They were basically in the gap. He got so skinny that when he came through that hole, you just had to rewind and say, how the hell did he get through? Hey, hats off to them. Sometimes they're going to make that play.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But if you didn't have nobody looking, everybody's just saying, hey, he was supposed to be here. Hey, that's on him. That's on him. You know what you called and what was designed.
Right.
And when you go back and rewind and you look at that, like you say, you see everything on the sideline, you look at, oh, that man got so skinny. I mean, it was like, yeah, it was in the hole. He got skinny and slid up in there. And it was like, the linebackers, everybody was throwing to like, well, this hole is already covered. I know he can't come through here. I'm going to meet him right here. And so, yeah, it's just something. That's what somebody up in the booth could say, hey, coach. Hey, ain't nothing you can do about that there. I mean, you yelling at him.
Yeah.
That wasn't on him.
And
that man made a play.
If you ain't never been on the sideline and looked at a game, it's terrible, bro. You can't see. You can't. That's why a lot of coordinators, they stand at the line of scrimmage. But I don't know if you remember before, I used to walk behind the offense so I could see the blocking. I would be behind and have to run up to the line of scrimmage and signal the play and run back because it's 22 bodies flying around and you try not to get ran over. Like it's not like watching TV. It's a total like. Man, I'm gonna try and get credentialed this year. I'm gonna go to the game, just put the camera up at eye view. Y'all be like, what the hell I'm looking at, coach? Oh no, y'all know every damn thing. Go ahead, figure that play out. What play is that? It's terrible, bro. But that's all I'm saying. I've been talking about this for some time, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to say I'm done with it, but I just think it's so important, and there's a reason. There is a reason. There is a reason you go look at these guys, right? I guarantee when you go see Josh Heupel when he had Alex Golesh as his coordinator, I guarantee Josh Heupel and Alex Golesh weren't standing next to each other. I guarantee when Chip Kelly was with Ryan Day, was Chip Kelly on the sideline? Huh? Hell no. Yeah. So
Dawson don't need to be up in the booth though.
Didn't say he did. Never said he needed to be.
Nah, he need to be outside putting his belongings in his car.
That's a little different.
Hey man, I really ain't got a problem with Dawson though.
Hey, you don't. Opinions differ, you know?
No, I get you. I mean, I hear some of the things, but hey, I just feel, you make his corrections. I mean, just 2 years ago, I mean, I know some people gonna say, yeah, it was Cam Ward and all this. Still somebody calling the plays there. You had the number one offense in the country.
That's true. That is absolutely correct. I don't have any issues with Dawson myself. I mean, he had Tyler. What's the TVD? He had TVD and Carson Beck when he was when he was so-called not calling plays properly. But he had, like I said, we had a quarterback with a reconditioned arm, man. He was a $6 million man, $4 million man.
We really got him.
He was a $4 million man. I mean, but he played. Carson Beck did not play at a level where he cost us a whole lot. But he didn't play at the level that Cam Ward performed under Dawson when he was with Dawson.
Two different skill sets. Two different skill sets. And that's what I mean by when I say some, because yeah, it hurt because we got to that game. Let's be honest. Did you have you? I had you making the playoffs. Did anybody honestly? You're gonna be truthful saying this was the year you was going to play for a national championship.
No sir, I did not.
I remember at the start of the season, before the season started, I remember Coach and I had that conversation. We had that conversation. We talked about that, and we talked about what do we think we were going to do, how many wins they were going to get, and I know for myself, I was going off the cuff, but I was like, man, we're going to go to the national championship. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought we were going to go to the national championship.
That's big coolness. I mean, I didn't see it. Even with Beck, if he was right, I mean, I had us in the playoffs. I mean, that's where I was at. I had us as an ACC playing for the ACC championship and going to the playoffs. But I didn't have us as a national. That's just me. I didn't have us as a national championship game this year.
And just looking back at it now, I think I don't think we're going to have a good year next year.
I don't know about that.
I got 12 and 0.
I don't think
Y'all got the easiest schedule in the NCAA?
I got 12 and 0 or 11 and 1. And only the 11-1 is I don't know what Notre Dame is going. I'm going to give them their props, and it's going to be a November game, so it's going to be cold. That's a good team. I mean, I don't look at UM like the Dolphins and saying they can't play in cold weather, but I'm just giving late in the season. That's their team. Anything else? I mean, no. 11 and 1, 12 and 0.
I just think Florida State, Clemson, and Notre Dame are going to give us
Florida State.
possible losses.
And we're going to run the score on Florida State. And Florida State coming down here? Oh, heck no.
Hey, I want to show you something too. I know I'm being super petty, and I know y'all can't see this. Boys, when you get a chance, rewind the tape a little bit about this time. I want to show y'all something. Because I've been talking about, I was talking about the I'm checking it up. I was talking about the people talking about the punt, the guy on punt. I can't think his doggone name. Oh, Bowman, the tight end.
Oh, you talking about
Bowman. Remember I said the guy upstairs, I said how important again, talking about the guy upstairs for it, that Bowman.
You talking about the punt that cost y'all the game?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But listen, the one that Bowman.
Okay.
Listen, don't entertain. Listen.
Who's this man?
Listen. He had not been blocking all game. We are 4th and 2 in second quarter, 13:05 in the second. I want you to watch this play. This is number 6. Remember I said how important it is that nobody checked him throughout this game, right? Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Watch number 6 at the bottom of the screen. Same rollout punt. And look at Bowman. He didn't try to block him there. I wish y'all could see this so y'all could truly respond. If you wait about 10 seconds, watch. He gives no effort on blocking there. It's not like it was 2 guys coming at him. This is what I was talking about. People upstairs. Remember I said before, he had been doing that all game. But because they have somebody upstairs that say, hey, guys, we might be able to put a little pressure on this. He not blocking. They have people watching. Look at this. No effort. But when I said it, see, people look at football at that particular play. They're not looking at, bro, he's been doing this all game. That's why the guy upstairs is important. Why? Because watch this. If you look at this field right here, where's the Miami Hurricanes sideline? To the top of the screen. Our sideline is up here at the top of your screen. Do you think on that sideline you can see that Bowman didn't try? Hell no. So when he comes off the field, hey, coach, Bowman almost got that thing blocked. Tell him he got to get in front of number 6. See, these are the nuances when everybody think they know, but they have no idea, bro. Look at this. I've been telling it's there
but
all game.
Also,
getting pissed.
But no. I'm saying Denton wasn't lost because Lofton is usually that guy. Wasn't Lofton already injured?
Exactly.
Lofton had already got injured when they put Bowman in, so you got somebody who isn't. Yeah, I'm not making no excuse because I'm quite sure he had already done practice some. You the backup guy if Lofton's not out there, but
you've been practicing for 2 weeks. Sir, at the end of the day, football is football. Pushing each other, tackling, throwing, and catching. You know if a guy come with a different color jersey than you, you are supposed to block that guy. Like this.
Especially when you have a rugby-style punter who you know is rolling to your side to kick the ball every time.
And sir, you are the personal protector. You ain't the gunner. Your job is to personally protect that guy. And this is the clip right here, exactly what I'm talking about. When people get mad at that one play, no, he had been doing it all game. I kept telling people he's been doing this all game, y'all. I go find another point, he doesn't. And this is what I'm saying. He we never corrected it. Right? Watch. We're gonna point here in a second. Matter of fact, you want to talk about your offensive coordinator? That was such a terrible call. Man. Let me see. We're going to punt here in a second. Let's see if he blocks again. Let's see if he ever tries to block. No, he doesn't. That's how football look on the sideline right here. That angle. But
well, gentlemen, I would love to talk to you, but I got to work in the morning. I don't know what your podcasters do. You know.
Man, stop being lazy, bro. No, dog, I got to work in the morning. I gotta hit you up
Yeah,
anyway,
so
man.
that-
Hey, text me, man. I say your number's still the same?
Yeah.
All right. I got you. Text me. I'll hit you up anyway. I had to ask you some stuff.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
Yep.
Appreciate you for it.
Yep.
My dog. All right, here we go. Second quarter. Let's see. Do we punt? All right, let's see if we punt in this drive. I don't even know why I'm still talking about this damn game. Look at this foolishness. Don't even get a first down, bro. Didn't you, bro? Luckily, we got it. Anyway. Trying to see this. Do we punt here?
Nah, you're gonna know because you're gonna see the score go up.
Sounds good. Damn, dog. Game was right. I mean, it was so. Matter of fact, we scored on our first possession. All right, here go another punt. Here we go. Oh, this is where they tried it. They brought out. Look, he still didn't get in front of this dude. Look at number 2. Still didn't get in front of the dude. Still didn't block him. I'll show you. Oh, Heavenly Father. Hey, E. Brown, where's the iPad at? You say Corey Heaven, you said they got technology? E. Brown.
So, Hedeman doesn't have the iPad.
I know, because he calling plays off that paper. I like that, Katie. There's a reason there are towers on practice fields. Woo! Bars, Katie. Bars. Talk to him, Katie. Talk to him, Katie. There's a reason there's towers on practice fields, Katie.
Yeah, the reason the towers are out there so they can see him the dog on practice.
So why
you don't coach from the tower.
This is the play
you coach for the tower, or you record the game from the tower.
Hold on, this is the play I was looking for. Remember before we were talking about this throw right here? See this press? Remember I talked about press? When we press, they're gonna throw the back shoulder fade. Why? Your safety is already down in the box. They know it's man. They know it. Look, your safety is down here with the linebackers. There is no way in the world this guy gonna get over the top of this corner. No, nowhere on God's green earth. So then what they say? Oh, he pressing you? Watch this. Back shoulder fade. Because we don't disguise it. Son of a gun, bro. I could do this all day, man.
Coach, on the blocking for the punt, on the punt.
Huh?
You see those 3 guys who are back there protecting the punter.
Uh-huh.
Don't they all do the similar thing? The 2 outside guys do the similar thing. They pretty much just let the outside guy just like run past them without them making an attempt to get in front of them. Is that something that they are coached to do, or is that what they're instructed to do?
I can't say.
It's
that.
just to be a shield or wall.
Well, yeah, you'd be a shield so they don't get it, but there's one guy coming, you don't just let him run past you. You step in front
Hey,
of
coach, try 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third quarter.
What's that? You mean try that? Try what do you mean try it? Like in the
For
game?
that awful ass punt.
Where it got blocked?
The non-punt.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that. It was the same.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't looking for that punt. I was looking for the punts prior to it to show he had not been blocking that guy all game. And how
it was a whole bunch of ugly ass plays on special teams.
Yeah.
But
man, I'm about to do what the devil ain't done. We done did 3 hours. I don't even know how. It's already 12 o'clock midnight, man. Listen, I appreciate
yes, sir, man.
Much love to y'all.
Listen, I want to bid you guys a farewell, a good night, man. I mean, good topic, good show, coach.
I appreciate it, man.
I learned a lot talking. I learned a lot talking to you guys from the coach standpoint.
I'm glad my dog Forbes came here, man. I'm glad Forbes came, man. Listen, I'm telling you, that trusted voice means a lot. That dude didn't even work for us, man. He just go up there and start talking football. And guess what? I hate to say that other coaches used to get mad. They're like, how that dude come in here? He don't even be at practice. Because he could do what y'all can't. Shit. He do what y'all can't. So,
anyway. And then one other thing I got to ask you before you go right quick.
Sure.
Your intro music, did you switch back to your last year's intro music? You still had that nonsense that you had?
What do you mean, for the Hurricanes?
The last time.
For the Hurricanes?
Yeah, your intro music. You got the plane flying over the Miami thing, or you got Malachi Tony dancing?
I got a new one this year, baby. Yeah. Pull out your stick. You want to see it?
Oh God, no. I know. I don't need to see
I'm gonna show it to you.
Game ain't based on sympathy. Remember that. You already know. Get off. Somebody gon' pull out your stick. Get off. Everybody gon' pull out your stick. 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 Get off.
Stick. Pull out your stick. Now pull out your stick. Rah, 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 rah. There you go, E. Brian. That's for you, man. That's straight from the crib, man. Cut it out, man. You don't know no better. We about to get up out of here, man. Hold tight in the back, Brian. Hold tight in the back. Don't hang up. Listen, appreciate everybody on here, man. We'll be back tomorrow with the Coach Coach podcast. I don't know what the topic going to be. Whatever happens, somebody getting in trouble, somebody getting hired, somebody getting fired, somebody recruited somebody, but we'll find out when the sun rises. So with all that being said, we'll holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, notification bell on your way out, or maybe even on your way in. And also, do me a favor, man. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Hope the algorithm go. You know, it's a slow time, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.